Hey guys, what's going on? It's the night before. Hey Big Whip. It does WoW. JQ, what's up? Orion, hey. We're here. Let's see why my OBS is not wanting to. Longest month ever? Yeah. It's gonna be crazy day tomorrow, guys. Tack. Okay, makes sense. It's gonna be us tomorrow, guys. Right here. Back. At it again. So, a few things we want to do today while we're here. We're going to set up some of our macros. Share a few with you guys I think are going to be key. And then we also are going to discuss stuff with some homies in the Discord. So if you guys want to get in Discord and chat, feel free. If you're busy or you just kind of want to listen in, and go ahead and just stick with us, and we'll be live here. PvP server? Yep, PvP server. PvP 100%. Is this the Mulgore speedrun? Nah, I'm not gonna level. I'm gonna just level up tomorrow. I'm gonna have to do it all then. I've done this zone so many times that, you know, we know it. We know it in and out. It seems right now that it might be... Guys, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of different... a lot of differing opinions, but I think we are going to be going PvE East Coast. I believe we will be going PvP East Coast. I've just been kind of waiting on some confirmation from some of the other more serious guilds, and people have been talking East Coast PvP. East Coast, the reason why East Coast tends to be the most populated server is if EU players are going to play on NA, they want to play on East Coast because it has the best ping for them. And so I think that might be the plan. I would have liked to have gone on the RP PvP servers, but and it might still be that is the choice. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like about 80% sure that we're going East Coast PvP. Okay, guys, so first thing we're gonna do is I want to grab one thing. Skinny homie checking in. We're all fat in our hearts, you know, that's all that matters. Even if you're not physically fat, you can be emotionally fat, you know? That's where it matters the most. Okay, guys, we want to... Maybe it's... I think we have to go on our shaman real fast. We want to set up one macro. Campion Bach, how's it going? We also can take some time today, guys, to talk about all the stuff that we know is coming with the new runes. We got some new previews of the runes, and we know that there will be, pretty much 100% confirmed, there will be other rune slots besides the ones we see right now. There will be boot runes, looks like belt as well. Okay, we got some people coming into Discord. So all you guys waiting in Discord right now, I will jump over in a second to chat with you guys and just kind of hang out. I just want to do one thing real fast. So we're going to go in here. Copy that. Taylor, I will be a druid. Okay. So, you want to add a general macro. Guys, this is going to be very important for all you druid players out there. So what this is going to be is it's a mouse over macro. And what we want to do is put healing touch in there. If you don't specify the rank, it will just use the highest rank you have. Okay, so we want that. Basically what we want is we want a macro that I think one of the first rune druid's gonna get is free Wrath, okay? So we want to be able to cast Wrath just like this. And then once we get that free... Hey, Duds, wow, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Means a lot, guys. To join as a member, guys, it's like $3.99, so it's like a energy drink or something at the gas station. So it's not much for you guys, but it helps support me, helps me to upgrade stuff too on my end. We just got Streamlabs Ultra the other day, so now you can watch us on YouTube or on Twitch. Okay, so we want to do that, and then also we want to make sure that this is a... Sorry guys, I'm not a great macro maker. You don't want it to be a cast sequence, because then it's going to forcibly cast... Can't see the macro because of overlay. Yeah, I will, I'll make sure you guys can see it here in a minute. I'm just trying to mess with stuff at the moment, so it's not actually the... Let me do this though. Add-ons. Oh, what's it called? Let's move. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, what we want is we want to get... We want it to cast Wrath. The problem is we don't know... I feel like if we knew what the instant spell Like the proc was called. Because so we don't want a cast sequence, right? Because if we make a cast sequence, then it's going to cast Wrath, and then it will cast Healing Touch. We don't want it to cast Healing Touch unless... We might just have 2. I think we're just going to do this, guys. We're just going to have this macro, and then we'll just have Healing Touch in the normal spot we have Healing Touch on our bars, and then when we get a proc, we'll just cast Healing Touch, and then this way we can have it a mouse over. So see, I'm healing him, even though I don't have him targeted, and it's nice because if the person is in your group as well, you can just mouse over their unit frame. And it'll also do the same thing. So it'll help things out that way. No, the proc we're going to be looking for is the proc that we get from the new rune that druids will get with casting Wrath. It gives Wrath a free mana cost, so it's not going to cost any mana, but then also it gives a 12% chance of giving you a free Healing Touch. Like, the mana will still be there on Healing Touch, but it'll be instant, so an instant Healing Touch. Sorry if this has been answered a million times. When do realms open? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, just because that's what I'm going off of. I don't know exactly. I think it's it's 3 p.m. CST, 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST, and then so forth. How early will druids get rune? We're not actually sure yet. Druids are going to get rune. They're going to get a rune like in the first few levels. We've already seen some leaked stuff of other classes, and their runes are, you know, level 2 or 3 is when you get your first rune. So it should be very early on in the game. What server am I going, Moon? I'm going to go on to, it's going to be most likely the PvP East Coast server. What's up, Gravity Splash? First rune will drop from Cougars, calling it now. That's a good guess, to be honest. Okay, guys. As I said, we're going to jump in with some people in Discord and hang out. We are, or you're more than welcome to join in Discord and hang out too. Ask some questions or just chat. Just trying to keep things chill tonight and just get hyped up for tomorrow's launch. Okay? What up, guys?
Yo.
Hey.
I need to push to talk. 1 second.
What if the dogs start popping off?
If the dogs start going crazy, then I guess I'll just have to mute myself.
I have to have it on, dude. I got a couple canaries that will just go fucking bananas.
Yeah, I get that. My dogs normally are okay in the evening time. It's just more during the day. Like, people walk by the house and they just have to let them know what's up.
Well, you have big dogs, right? But I guess you said like all three kind of just egg each other on.
Yeah, I have one little white dog that's actually kind of the bigger issue. She'll just go crazy.
Slug, did you decide yet, male or female orc, or are you?
Man, no.
Because you said undead as well, but like,
I know
like undead, like male, but then some people just love like the female like undead flip on like heroic strike and everything.
Well, when they did the PvP PTR deal not too long ago, I did make a female undead warrior, but it is just too small and her jump sucks.
Yeah, that's
She like spread eagles in the air. I don't know what's going on.
I think you also, I might be wrong, but situations.
What?
Sorry, I think I lagged there. But like, aren't there some jumps that you can't make as a female undead? Like you're shorter.
Oh, really?
I think like I know like definitely as like a Tauren you can make other jumps people can't, or even in like in
female
Wrath.
undead you can get through, like if you're worried about Warsong, female undead and female human you can fit through certain areas on the alliance side fence, so it's kind of really nice for that.
Does Noggenfogger help with that because you become like a human if you're like a female anyways? Does that work? Sorry, I mean Deviate, but I guess Deviate doesn't work for Druid, but
Yeah, I don't know if it works with Noggenfogger just because I've never used it, because obviously when you switch it goes away.
not a private
Yeah.
server, it's funny seeing you run around like in like human form and as a human male with like the running animation.
I know, it's kind of, I do miss that. I like being able to use those in switch form.
Yeah, I think the deal is I really want to be undead, but the freaking stun resist and blood fury, it's just like, come on.
Yeah, honestly the orc stuff is just so broken. It's hard to argue.
Yeah.
And there's so
I would
many
say-
more classes that are probably getting stuns.
Cannibalize.
Yeah. I was saying earlier too, I quit playing Rogue in 2019 because I was Alliance, and I got so fucking sick of the stun resist on orcs.
Yeah, that's brutal after a while.
You guys know how like everyone's been just like debating with me like on orc versus Tauren for like shamans and everything. It was like, oh, War Stomp's cool, like it's consistent.
Yeah.
Lava sent me,
Well, what are you Are you talking about like just in general, or
like a PvP, like
what? Like if you're a dueling Andy, like Torrens actually, it could actually be better than Orc because you could actually go through a whole entire fight with a rogue and never proc it.
Yeah,
It'd be
I mean,
pretty unlucky, but
the
you get zero value.
Tauren shaman stuff, it really is strong. Like there's some players out there, like, I mean, I know a lot of you probably know Fails, who makes YouTube videos, and he's played orc shaman forever, and then he played female Tauren shaman more recently, and I was talking to him and he said, I don't know, it feels like the stun just feels really, really nice in PvP because it's like a guaranteed setup that you have.
but that's one stun every 2 minutes when you have the chance to resist a jillion stuns. And I don't know.
Sure, it's like a trade-off. It's like one's more passive that is just constantly there, and so it can come in handy quite often, but the Tauren one is just a little bit more of like you get to use it when you see fit, and so it just, I think for some people's playstyle, it just feels a little bit better.
Yeah, one thing you said about everyone having stuns and getting more stuns, everyone's gonna have grenades. Everyone's gonna fire grenades stunning you.
True, but that's the other thing about Tauren though, is like sometimes landing a grenade, like if you yourself are throwing the grenade, sometimes you miss or whatever, so having that Tauren stun is nice.
What really bothers me though is I got a feeling, because everyone knows the orc racial is so strong. I think they're gonna nerf it, dude. I do. I think they're gonna put it like the Wrath version.
Yeah, and Wrath. So
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it got nerfed in TBC, but maybe it did.
I can't remember.
I feel like if they were gonna nerf the racials though, they would have already announced that, just because
It's a game changer.
yeah, players would be really upset if they didn't do that.
I feel like they wouldn't nerf racials. I think they would just buff other ones with the way, with like how they're just approaching Season of Discovery by just giving people more power.
That'd be kind of cool. It'd be cool if like gnomes got like an instant cast escape artist instead of the cast, because they buffed it in TBC to make it instant cast.
Did you guys see that video that Nail posted earlier about the Season of Discovery announcement on the Warcraft channel?
Yeah, I'd watched that when it came
Did you
out.
Did you see the Hunter rune looting from the Scorpion?
Yeah, like at level 2.
Yeah, and did you see the Mage rune from the quest?
Yeah, Ice Lance level, like in the low levels.
Yeah, and they're both glove slots. So I think Druid gets Sunfire. Pretty sure.
Hmm.
Do you
What's in
know
the Warrior glove slot?
They have Victory Rush in that slot, so I think that might be what you guys get.
What's the base mana cost on Sunfire?
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
120 something.
Well, it should be a base percent.
Yeah, because if you said you go after casting 3 Wraths as a Tauren, it's gonna be kind of rough.
Yeah.
I think the free Wrath's going to be at 10 because if you go to Moonglade, if you port to Moonglade, there's 3 caves in Moonglade called like the Storm Rage Den,
which is like Storm Rage is like he's like the main guy.
Yeah, the name's in the frickin' rune.
I don't know.
Never used it.
I don't know if they'd be giving. I personally just see that Wrath makes more sense for the lower level stuff. Not to say that they aren't doing Sunfire, but it doesn't really make sense that they'd give you Sunfire that early just because of mana issues already. Like I already just like use Moonfire pretty sparingly when I'm leveling, and so
yeah,
it just if it is at level 2 or 3 that we get Sunfire, I mean I'd be kind of bummed, to be honest.
The only 2 arguments I have against that is Sunfire is a little bit less mana than Moonfire. It's like very slight though, but you get more damage, so it's way more efficient. And then also you can use it in form. You can use it in bear form and cat form. So I could see them giving you Sunfire just because it'd be used by every type of druid all the way through 20.
Getting Storm Rage is a 10 would be weird because you finally get bear form. It's like
yeah, it would like why would I be using it then? Stonks in chat makes a good point. He says that Sunfire, the base mana cost is 21%, which is very expensive. And I know RJM, you're talking about like the mana cost of Sunfire versus Moonfire, but that would be at level 25 with the spells that you have, because for example, like Moonfire doesn't scale as you level with mana, so it's actually going to be...
10. Level 10, it's still less.
Level 10, it's less than what?
Moonfire. I forget by how much, but I saw someone look at it today.
Okay.
In game. Maybe not at level 2, but...
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I just feel like that's going to be a rough one if we do get that.
Does
yeah.
it cost more than Moonfire at early levels between 1 and 10?
The Sunfire would cost it.
No, Wrath, because you say that like, so 3 Wraths, mana pool's gone. So would you change the rotation at leveling to just fire Sunfire, auto attack, regen mana, then go next mob?
Probably.
I probably honestly would just I would probably dot both. If we do have Sunfire, I'd Sunfire, Moonfire, and then just staff. I just hit them with my staff, and then go to the next mob, Sunfire, Moonfire, hit them with my staff. Kind of like how you'd level on a Shaman, where you're kind of like shocking, but you're not really shocking on cooldown. I don't know. But Stonks also made a good point. He said Sunfire makes sense at level 10, because you can use Sunfire in bear form and in cat form, so having it around there would also make sense. I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see, like, that's the other thing too that's weird about Season of Discovery, right? It's like you're going to have to make some interesting choices in terms of like whether you want to go out and level with quests and try and find some of these runes, or if you're going to just jump into dungeons. Because you might not have some really good, like, at level 16 or 18 or whatever, when you get in dungeons, you might be missing a few runes that you thought you'd have by then.
Does it seem consistent that, like, every class is getting a glove rune at level 2?
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. But, like, you never really know. It could just be bait that Blizzard put up. I don't know. But
yeah.
In the video, Chimera was gloves, and Ice Lance is gloves, and Crusader Strike is gloves, which is all we know. but that could all be fake.
We'll have to see. That stuff's interesting, though. I don't know. It's like... I would be kind of bummed. I really had my hopes on free wraths. Free wraths were just going to make things so... Well, it was just going to make things so smooth leveling, right? Like, not having all that downtime to drink. Because the weird thing is, Sunfire is not going to make leveling faster. It's just going to make it, like, different.
Yeah.
Because, like, with a lot of your other classes, like... If you're getting a new ability, you'll be able to just like weave it into your rotation or whatever. But druids early on, your mana sucks so much that you're gonna change your rotation or just not even use Sunfire if it's that expensive.
That's what I was thinking about Chimera. It's still really strong, but I'm not gonna be Chimeraing and Arcane shotting. I'll just go super fast. Like I'm just gonna drop Arcane for Chimera pretty much.
Which one does Arcane share cooldown with Explosive or...
Explosive, yeah.
Okay,
Explosive. Okay. But it's just a mana thing early on.
Right.
You can't really just afford both.
Yeah, that's
But it's going to be
true.
fast, though, because it procs 40% of Serpent Sting. So you're just going to auto Serpent, Chimera, and it's going to do pretty good damage.
It seems weird, though, that they wouldn't give more, like, passive stuff early on. Especially for the classes that have mana and they can't really like utilize those spells that often. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I guess they have their reasons.
When you watch those BFD playbacks from BlizzCon, did you notice the animation for Sunfire and Star Surge?
Star Surge is like a single bolt of like... It looks like a single bolt of like whatever that other ability is.
It's the Starfall.
Starfall, yeah, Starfall ability. Just looks like that, but just a single bolt of it.
Did you notice Sunfire?
I don't think... No, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really remember the animation for it.
It was the Holy Fire animation.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if they just have a... I wonder if they're just using that as a placeholder, like they didn't...
I think so, yeah. I'd be like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because both that and Moonfire both like kind of come down as a bolt.
Right. But it's
I hope they change Star Surge. I hope it's like a purple laser, like it is on retail. It's way cooler looking.
Yeah, I could see them using a lot of those as placeholders.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, they might honestly just roll with them. Did you guys see with that video today, they talked about the PvP in Ashenvale, and I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed with some stuff. Like the map for Ashenvale is like exactly the same. I didn't really expect things to change a lot, but I thought maybe there'd be some like slight differences to the map, but the map looks exactly the same. And then also on the map, like for the locations where you will be like protecting people or doing these PvP events, like they're just like the AB nodes or like some of the nodes that you see in some of the battlegrounds, and it was just like seemed like
that's kind of I expect them to take like the cheap route on stuff. I really did.
And then they also have like the leaders of the faction are just like they're just night elves and orcs, which is fine, but they're just like scaled up really large. So it just
I don't like that.
Yeah, it looks goofy. I was like, this reminds me of like a private server of like where you log in and there's like some big character in front of you and you like talk to them and they're like, thanks for donating to our private server. Here's 10 gold tokens.
Yeah, you're gonna talk to them and there's gonna be like Shadowmourne inside the vendor.
So I was like, that irritated me. I was like, if you're gonna like just make them slightly larger, if anything, but it's just like just giant orc in front of you that is like the leader or whatever. I don't know. It just seemed a little sloppy, I guess.
Aren't the bosses like already, so like Thrall and all them already like 1.5 scale anyway?
I actually don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's bigger. Like Thrall's a bit bigger.
I mean, that would make sense, right? And so like, yeah, if they did that, it's like one of those things that is like slightly noticeable, but it's not like bizarre. Whereas with the stuff in the video today, it was just really bizarre looking. And maybe, I don't know, I was going to say maybe it was just like a placeholder, but again, I doubt it. It's probably just how it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm next to Sour Fang, and he's big as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghost in chat said it's Blizzard. What did you expect?
Yeah.
I guess, man. It's just like, it's a little weird to me. It's because they seemed like they were trying so many things with Season of Discovery that it's a little, like, I don't know. Changing those little things don't really seem difficult to me. Like, to just put in that little bit of little extra effort or whatever, but I don't know. But I did see like a shredder unit in the back behind one of the orcs, and I know we got that engineering ability to like salvage the shredder parts.
Oh.
So I think there's gonna be some shredder stuff in Ashenvale to like look out for if you're engineering. Probably just as a way to, you know, get some materials back if maybe you have to craft the shredders or something. But
That's cool.
yeah, might make it a interesting way of doing Ashenvale stuff.
That'd be cool if it was like a goal per hour, so that like both factions are fighting over getting tags and.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Maybe
That'd be a really smart way to do it.
Maybe it's like the only place you can get like fused wiring or something. Because I think you can only get fused wiring from Nomergon, right?
Target dummies.
Oh, yeah.
You get them? Don't you get them from the Stranglethorn Veil robots, or is that something else?
Yeah, you get them there too.
Yeah, I think that's from them.
Dude, every time
few shredders there.
every time that I think I'm gonna go org, I see Buster Scruggs from your guild, Evan,
Yeah.
and he's convincing me to go undead.
Yeah.
Oh, Orc. Listen to Arg.
I feel like if I had the choice to go orc, honestly, I would go orc just because like it's gonna be it's so good all around for like I think there's so many classes now that are like going to be stunning you for various things that if they leave the orc racial in the game the way it is, I think it's just going to be so strong against like Shadow Priests are getting more ways of proccing Blackout, right? And that's a super annoying ability.
They're gonna be fucking broke.
Yeah. Fire mages are going to have more ways of proccing impact. That's super annoying. Druids are going to now have different ways of proccing stuff on you. So it's just like all those things combined, it just gets really annoying.
There's gonna be more druids.
There's gonna be lots of paladins too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of paladin and druids, because the druids is way more now, and then you can resist like the stun on like charge, right? On like feral charge.
Yeah, you can.
I wonder if you can do the same thing for Skull Bash or not. Alright, are you even gonna think about going for Skull Bash? Seems kind of useless compared to like now that they changed it.
Yeah, since it doesn't share with. Yeah, I have no real interest, at least at level 25, for getting it.
Like I sounded so broken to be able to like double charge in Warsong, and then like having Rocket Helm later on as well and Rocket Boots. It just sounded disgusting. But you can't. Like the Orc thing. Oh, if I could play like an Orc Disc Priest, it'd be over.
Orc Disc Priest, yeah.
Yeah, because you get the 50%
Yeah,
fear
exactly.
and thunder out as well. If you hit 35%, plus doesn't every class have an innate 5%?
Yeah, so
Chance
you're getting close to like
If you get close to
50%, which is gross.
And maybe we get like a. I wonder if every class will get like a chest rune to like not get critically hit and everything.
Oh yeah, just see they changed Metamorphosis too, to where you can't fear in it now.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I'd heard people talking about that the other day. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's the fear is their new taunt, and you cannot taunt something in combat, so you can't fear in combat.
Okay.
In meta.
That's actually smart, because now you can't be a Metamorphosis Warlock in PvP. Or you can, but you just can't fear, but then if you can't fear as a Warlock, you're playing Warlock.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at like going Affliction and just taking Metamorphosis, and then if something mean gets on you, just pop in Metamorphosis.
That's true. You just, you dot them up and then just tank it after. That makes sense, yeah. It's kind of like going Baron and bleed up. But I mean, Destro was sick anyways. I don't think you even need to play meta. Just Destro looks so good with Chaos Bolt and like fire.
Oh yeah.
True. Yeah. I mean, I think Destro Warlock too is like, it's gonna be so strong later on that people are gonna forget about how great Metamorphosis is. Like you're not gonna be worried about that.
Oh, yeah, and when a normal Destro lock, what do you seduce, Soulfire, seduce again? Sorry, like Shadow Bolt. So now you'll seduce like Chaos Bolt, seduce Soulfire, seduce Chaos Bolt, Fear.
Well, you'll be
Shadow
able to
Bolt.
too. You can also set up all your fire damage. You can get a tick of Rain of Fire and then, or I mean Hellfire, and then you get a tick of, or and then you get an Incinerate, and then seduce into a full Chaos Bolt that's fully buffed up with all your plus damage.
Yeah, dude.
Missed the first part. Did you say Rain of Fire in that?
Hellfire.
Oh, okay, sorry. Because I'm thinking like, depending on how Rain of Fire will work, if you could like cast it for a second and then it doesn't get a tick, if you have someone stuck in a seduce, oh my gosh, you'd Rain of Fire on them. They're in the fire for the 40% damage, like fire buff, and then you Chaos Bolt do your damage.
Yeah, it would be.
They would die.
I
Then
think
you rocket Helm, Soulfire. Then you Invispot, Shadow Bolt. Then you're off DR, and you just seduce again if needed.
No seduce at 25, I'm sure. Yeah, but
no.
I mean, we're talking to like more just overall class stuff. I don't think Warlocks are going to be that strong at 25 personally. I think that's
I've
taboo
tweaked a
thing
Warlock
to talk
and
about,
it
but
sucks.
yeah, I think Warlock
There's
at
just
25
no
is going to be
damage.
kind of meh. You have, you don't have a lot of the abilities you need to try and survive, and then also you don't have much plus spell damage, so your damage is kind of not that great. And then obviously you could go all plus shadow damage, but then you're just super squishy.
What class won the 25 Makara?
Warlock.
Okay.
Or
Really?
25? Oh, do they do?
25. Yeah, there's 25 like this week.
Did it already happen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't a priest win that?
Did Hydra win it?
Maybe.
I think Josito.
Well, Josito was playing a rogue.
Someone's saying rogue.
Okay, well then it was a rogue. Yeah, it was Josito.
Josito had a gnome rogue, so he had like the
yeah, which is funny because I'm telling you guys, rogue, feral druid, hunter, and
yeah, feral will be nice.
Yeah, all those three are just going to be so strong at 25 because like every piece of gear you have is increasing your offensive stats and your defensive if you're going like stamina and then like agility or strength. Whereas like any kind of caster, you're giving up one of those stats if you want to go like one of the green like spell damage pieces. Those have 0 defensive stats on them. All they have is like some spell damage. So I don't know. I don't think casters are going to be very happy at 25.
Priest is going to be insane. Like their base and their base spell power is really good. Like the abilities they have are so strong at that level. Like Pain's not that good, but so many.
Well, and you have like the sustain against other classes that some of those other casters don't have.
And better mana pool as well because of the talents.
Their fucking wand will chunk you.
But I feel like if I do play Priest, I'm still leaning towards it. I feel like you just go stun resist. Like,
yeah, you go stun resist down into like martyrdom and then inner fire and meditation, right? Or not inner fire, but
you can do a few different things. You don't get down inner fire. You can't go that far down, but you definitely go all 16 into it. So Hydra Sing, you could go 5 into Blackout if you want, but it depends. And then Martyrdom, I'm not totally convinced because if I was playing it, I'd be trying to go for as many instant casts as I can, and like Martyrdom's only for casting. Like you're not gonna get pushback. It just depends how much you actually need a flash heal and everything. But Penance is a channel. It's not a cast, so the 70% in Holy doesn't matter, and neither does Martyrdom. So it's like only really for Mind Blast and Smite.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Priest is a pretty solid choice. I especially like seeing Priest in PvE content. Like I was pretty shocked at how good and efficient their heals were at 25.
Yeah, Flash heal is very strong. 25.
I wonder if Mindseer is going to be able to crit.
I doubt it. But maybe
Never
I'm
know.
wrong. I don't know. You're right. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
That'd be insane.
You probably can actually.
Does that just like straight up replace Mindflay at that point?
No, because we're getting the Wrath version, so whoever you target with Mindseer is not affected by the damage. Mindseer.
Oh, okay.
Mindseer, so let's say it's a group of people. You target one person, and then it AOE, it pulses around that target. So it's really good. So if we're Horde, and you're up near like the Alliance graveyard, right up before the bridge, and you can like LOS, you can like you can cast behind the mountain. If you just started casting Mindseers there, that'd be insane. And getting.
Can you put it on a friendly?
That'd be crazy if you could.
I think you could in. You could, I think, in Kata or another game, but
yeah, I remember
like
doing that to get out like rogues
expansion.
or whatever. I'm excited too that we have like in the guild we have. Let's see, we got 26 people to respond, which is probably about half the roster, and the class represented the most is Shaman. Which I kind of already knew, and then Hunter, but like everything else is pretty equal in terms of what's represented, so that's good. I think it's gonna be weird going into Season of Discovery though, seeing all the people that choose to swap races or swap classes pretty early on because they're like getting destroyed by someone in PvP and they're like, oh my gosh, this class seems so broken.
I feel like Rogue is going to be so nasty, especially Tank Rogue. I think it's going to be so gross at single target, and I guess when you have Blade Fury AOE as well.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have so much parry that aren't you going to parry haste like everything?
Well, I mean,
and
rogues are going to
need
to be good at keeping their backs to you for sure in PvP.
Parry haste is only a thing in PvE though. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're going to be able to pull a whole dungeon, pop Blade Fury, parry everything, and just delete mobs.
Yeah, but if dodging and avoiding all of it doesn't matter. They can't parry haste you because they can hit you still.
Well, don't dodge it.
Just don't dodge for it. Yeah. Well,
yeah, just parry it.
I don't know. Absent 90 because healing focus it's not going to work for like penance. So it's only going to work for flash heal and lesser heal. So I feel like just shield, renew, palm, penance, fake. You can try fake casting, I guess, with flash.
Yeah, I'm looking at Between the Eyes too. I keep saying this, Evan, but that thing scares me. That ability is so broken.
Between the Eyes?
Yeah, the ranged kidney shot that does damage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that one looks crazy.
I really hope they don't eventually give them cloak, man.
Yeah, it's like their one weakness is like caster classes. And it's like, if they get that, they're just going to be so unstoppable.
Yeah, well, and as a warrior, dude, I'm already scared of the new deadly poison shit. Who knows how strong poison's going to be?
Yep. Scaling off attack power, too, now.
Yeah, but, like, for example, in the guild, we have only 2 people selected Rogue, so it's, like, the second least played class, and it's, like, Rogue seemed like the craziest to me. Like,
yeah,
that's definitely what I would want to play if I wasn't playing Druid.
I might randomly play Rogue. I'm like set on Hunter, but I might just log in a Rogue randomly.
I know. Every time, like I said, every time I say Warrior, man, y'all post some shit like, "Hey, we have no mages." I'm like, "Oh, hey,
yeah,
mage is pretty nice."
Yeah, but it's only 10-man content now, and a bunch of people are gonna switch classes.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna like when we get 40. I'm sure half you guys are gonna be like, "Man, I miss Warrior, and I get Mortal Strike now."
Right? Yeah, that's true. It's gonna fluctuate between what people play at the different brackets, I think, just naturally.
Yeah, there's just so many memes that I can think of on Hunter already that I can't really think of on Rogue because I haven't played Rogue that much in Classic. So I think I'm just gonna play Hunter.
Can't go wrong. I feel like I want to go priest more, just because there's so many people going. Because my top 3 were druid, priest, and shaman, and I feel like since everyone's going druid and shaman, I'd rather just go priest.
There's only one. Is that you, Evan? There's only one druid on the survey.
Yeah, I selected it. But the thing is, too, is there's a lot of people that haven't even taken the survey. Like only 26 responses, so that's like roughly actually even a little less than half of the people in the guild. So definitely missing some people.
I low key want to play a Tauren Hunter just so I can start in Mulgore.
Right? I mean, Mulgore, though, this time around is probably going to be busier than normal because so many people in surveys have said they want to play Hunter, Druid, and Shaman, and all those are options as Tauren. So we'll probably see more Tauren than before.
Yeah.
I do hate the Dorito Hills. I get so sick of it.
Yeah, it's a little too orange for me. And it's always so packed.
The Troll Islands are the biggest grief in WoW history.
Oh fuck, dude! I forgot about those quests.
I'm
an Alliance player. I never really play Horde.
It's just like waiting for like the first guy in the starting zone in the little camp with the 2 other like Defias. You gotta wait in line for that guy to get his head past the grape orchard.
I told my friend I was playing Horde. He's like, dude, their quest zones suck. Their quests suck.
Nah.
He's like, you're gonna hate it.
Well, I mean, Barons is lit.
Barons is the most fun thing ever. Westfall is trash. Like, I feel like most people will just go to like the Night Elf, Darnat. What's the place after?
Darkshore. Or
there more often.
Yeah. Darkshore's gonna be insane now too, because a lot of I mean, at least for hardcore, you probably don't have to do it when you're not playing hardcore, but you'd have to eventually go to Westfall because you can't finish out Darkshore. But with the player power you're getting now, you're going to be able to go all the way into Ashenvale in one shot.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah. Well, everyone's going to be a Night Elf Hunter because they'll just Shadow Meld, have that solo talent.
Yeah, they're going to level really fast. Yeah.
They're just going to murk your ass out of stealth.
That is true. Tristfall is really fast, too. Like, if you're undead, that's one of the most streamlined 1 to 12 processes ever. Like, or 1 to 11 or whatever. Like, those quests are pretty quick. Like, normally when you do like a quick speed run at the beginning of server launch, it's always an undead that's up there in the top. Like undead rogue or undead mage is always like right there at the beginning of fastest levelers.
Yep.
I've never liked Tears Fall. I don't know. It's like too dark and it's hard to like see shit.
Yeah, it's not my favorite aesthetics, but it's definitely just like quick. Like if you're there as undead, like it's not the best starting spot, but it's definitely fast.
Last Shelby, you can't tell me Westfall's amazing when you gotta wait for the messenger quest. That's horrible. You better change that. I hate that.
Yeah, the west. I mean, some of the zones too are like decent zones, but there's just like a lot of travel. Like one of the biggest issues for Alliance, I feel like, is you kind of have to go back and forth between a few zones.
Yeah.
Without like being able to totally complete them, so it's like makes some travel time issues.
Alliance has that too. If you were trying to do Dead Mines, you gotta go back and forth, and you gotta go to Red Ridge, right? And you gotta talk to the guy to get part of a quest, and you gotta go over to Stormwind and get the 2 or 3 quests there, and then.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think Alliance has it worse. Horde technically, like, as a Tauren Druid, I never have to go to the undead areas if I don't want to.
That's not that bad. I always, like, when I'm doing the Elven Forest quest, when I go over and do the logs and shit, I always cut over there and get the flight path, because I know I'm going to have to go there in a little bit.
Just take the Ghost Walk if you get a whelp on you. Who cares? Another thing that whoever said that their friend thinks that like Horde is way worse at leveling and everything, like the quest travel. So Lava, like, he's like a super gamer as well, but he's leveled a lot of different characters and on Horde and Alliance, and oh my gosh, I've experienced it too, but like the Zeppelins, like the flight pass overall are so much better, at least in Kalimdor.
Oh, they are. Well, I watched a deal like a year or two ago with the devs, and they actually said that they just kind of ran out of time with Horde,
Yeah.
So they
I don't mean.
they threw a bunch of shit together.
I don't know what it looks like. I'm just saying that like the flight pass and the zeppelins are way better.
Well,
designed.
that's what I'm saying. That's why they gave him a better flight passes, because they said
Really?
they kind of cheapened them out. Yeah, because they didn't have time, so they just kind of like gave him some shit.
If they finish Orgrimmar, we couldn't get underneath it. So is that really a positive? I feel like it's not.
I think that if I think the flight paths, though, while they kind of suck sometimes, they're a good reason for you to stand up and go to the bathroom or something, you know, on your level process. That's kind of when I use it to get up and do stuff.
Coming out of you.
Yeah.
I just mean even that is optimal sometimes. You gotta take weird pass, and if you don't have like, your map build, it's not fun. Like sometimes.
No, I did. I had to. I have a 41 lock on White Mane right now that I've been leveling, and I just had to do the run down to Badlands. And that kind of sucked.
Yeah, there's definitely several kind of travel spots that you have to do for questing that are going to suck, but the nice thing is, like, at level 25 we can run around and collect a bunch of flight paths and do kind of the stuff that you need to do before leveling to 40. That's going to kind of smooth things out a bit.
Well, that's why I was so excited to join this anyway, because like I said, I was a druid back in Classic for a while, and I know you game, so I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to join. We're gonna group up. Be crazy groups.
I think things are gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have to like, after this chat and everything, when we get into the guild chat, I'm gonna drop some stuff that I think we all gotta focus on as a guild, and I think it'll kind of put us ahead for phase 2 and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah. Gonna share some little tidbits.
I'm honestly, dude, I'm excited for the stupid stuff like aqua contestant farming, still just page farming and stuff like that.
Yeah, just start all the boring stuff.
We all
as a group. Yeah.
Eben and Lemmings is gonna make us pay 5 gold dues per week.
We're all gonna have to take time going for clams off the side of STV for flash powder.
Yeah.
Flash what?
Flash grenade.
Alright, yeah. For all the ferals coming at us.
Yeah.
I guess it works on hunters too, I guess, for pets.
Yeah, but after seeing today's video on all the Ashenvale stuff, I think Ashenvale World PvP is going to be fun just because lots of people are in the zone, but after seeing kind of how thrown together the World PvP stuff kind of looks, I might be spending a lot of time in Warsong Gulch.
Yeah, that's fine. And we also have AB to do as well for fun.
Yeah, but I don't know if we do have AB. Like, traditionally we've had AB at the 29 bracket, but like they haven't like said anything about AB, so I feel like they're holding out AB for like the next phase.
Why though? Why not just let us have it?
I think just because it gives people something to look forward to, and like you kind of said, we have a reason to farm Warsong rep right now, and then next phase, once we have our Warsong rep done, we can farm AB.
That's another reason why I want to play Priest as well so bad. Like I said before, just like getting those epic risks at the 40 bracket. Oh.
AB will be better with mounts too at 40.
I feel bad for flag carriers like druids because they don't get any love for the level brackets. Because we're not gonna have like because we're gonna be at 40 after this, and then everyone has mounts. So then like druids aren't gonna be able to use the travel form to be.
Yeah, but it'll still come in handy for things. But yeah, we don't get to like shine like we do at like the level 30 cap, or even just if we stopped at like 35.
We're just gonna have all these shamans running around and Ghost Wolf just being crazy.
You're gonna have 20% damage reduction in bear form with Life Bloom.
Yeah, actually, Nikki made a good point too in chat. Like, having AB at 25 without having a mount would be really brutal.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
no mount sucks.
So like doing it at 40 would make it a lot better for just ease of access running around with a mount. Yeah, no, I think shamans at 25 are going to be super strong for Warsong Gulch and flag carrying. Kind of.
Though.
What's that?
You're not the only one who thinks so. Apparently, to the class representation.
The poll.
Right. No, I think the downside to Shaman is literally just the cast time of it. That's all. Like if it had no cast time, it would be so strong.
1 second's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think though as we move forward, like it's going to fall off again. It's going to be the strongest at 25, I think. But then, I mean, by the time we hit, the 40, 50, and 60 bracket, that I think Druid's going to come back to its own for that.
Oh, for sure.
You might even see some other classes that get enough. It's basically just about like some escapes. If you have some decent escapes, like Mage already is pretty good at flag carrying, but might even get better with some other runes that they get.
Well, imagine the 20% Bear Form DR and the Life Bloom, and then you get possibly renewal with your Swiftmen.
Yeah, just like tons of on-demand heals.
Yeah, Inform 30% health.
That's pretty good, yeah. No Mortal Strike either beside the Hex of Weakness.
I wonder what they'll do with gear.
Well, we'll see more gear out of BFD too.
Do you think they'll touch like the Wailing Caverns Fang set at all?
I don't know.
Have weapon skill?
I don't know. They might touch it. Who knows?
I don't know if the new PvP zone looks so shitty. I don't think they're gonna touch too much.
Yeah, it's like with the video that thing that like it was coming out with today. They'd be like talking about stuff like Platinum Miles like doing the voiceover, and he's saying like new places to discover, and it's like a cave that everyone has been to before, and it's like, okay, so you're just gonna put something like a chest in a cave that already exists. Like, I'm totally fine with that kind of stuff, but they're trying to sell it a little bit too much as like completely new stuff, and I could be wrong. There could be lots of new stuff, and maybe they just didn't want to spoil anything in the videos, but it's not like it looks like a lot of used like assets and stuff that's already in the game, which is fine, but it does kind of like the Ashen Veil stuff threw me for a bit of a loop, seeing that with it's just like a scaled up orc with a war song flag on its back, and it just kind of felt a little private server-y.
Don't bring me down to earth, Evan. I want to stay in the clouds.
That's the only thing that I'm a little bummed about, though. Everything else I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me when I got my vasectomy. I thought I was going to go into a room that was like...
Oh my God.
I thought it was going to be a room that was like high-tech, like computers beeping in the background, clean room.
Yeah.
I get in there, it's like literally a closet with like an old recliner and a desk lamp for his light.
Oh God.
I was like, hell yeah, dude.
My poor man.
Yeah, I was like, let's get this done.
Like, this is where it ends.
Well, I work for a urological company.
Yeah.
This dude in the room, he had brochures for my company that were like 12 years old, like covered in dust. I was like, okay.
You're like, this is not the best look.
No, I was like, and I'm a wimp, dude. I told him, I was like, Doc, dude, I said, I'm a bitch. I said, I'll let you put me in a coma if you would. I said, so whatever you can give me. So he gave me like this injection that made me drunk, and then he did the local. But he's cool. Like I said, it was literally his light was like a 70s style desk lamp. He just like pulled over. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it didn't feel quite right. It's not what you were expecting.
No.
Evan.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go for AGM?
Yeah.
It might be possible if there's a lot of layers.
I think the layers thing is like, I want to discuss all this stuff too later with our guild, with the guild, but because I don't want to give too many things away. But I think there's a ton of things that we can explore the first week.
What's his name? Freaking Swifty. Swifty has a video on what he did on the first day of hardcore.
Yeah.
But Ghost. Yeah, but you gotta remember that, like, if you're fly carrying, you're gonna be going into the enhanced tree no matter what. For the Ghost, improved Ghost Wolf, because they're gonna get the shield defensive and the dodge and everything.
Yeah, and Elemental is like, I think so many people are gonna be underwhelmed with Elemental, but outside of Lava Burst. So it's like at that point you might as well just play Enhance with Lava Burst, because Lava Burst is really the only reason to be going into Elemental.
Do you have Chain Lightning at 25?
No, and you have slow Lightning. Lightning Bolt is like a slow cast.
Yeah, you don't. So, the talent is like the second last tree for some reason.
So it's just it's not even good to play Ellie until like at 40. It's gonna be tons of fun, but before that, it's like you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
You're probably gonna.
It does sound like a fun build though, like shocks and melee.
Yeah, that's usually what you do at that level. If you watch fails, like low level, you're probably gonna run around with like a dagger with flame tongue or flame.
Yeah, flame tongue.
Whatever, then a shield, and then just go for shocks. But
like meteor shard from SFK would be so nice for a shaman until you get your mace.
I think that'll be the best dagger for rogue. I think that if they're going daggers, they'd want to use that in the main hand. They're gonna want to use the sentinel blade or whatnot, the Warsong rep dagger in the offhand. I think. Unless we get more daggers, we'll probably get a new dagger because there's a dagger or two in BFT before.
I think they will because it seems like they're trying to push dagger rogues harder.
Yeah, because SFK dagger is 1.8 speed, and then it has a chance on hit to do 35 fire damage. So it's like that plus flame tongue at level 25 until you can get your Windstrom hammer from that quest line. That would be your best bet as a enhanced shaman, and then just like you said, weave in your shocks, and then if you're gonna go lava burst, you just use it on cooldown for some big burst.
Yeah, it'll be a fun thing to add into the rotation.
Yeah, I think that's the way you got to play it. There's not really enough from the enhanced, or I mean elemental tree to make it worth your time.
I mean, you still get damage and mana efficiency.
Yeah, but it's just like for what you're giving up, I should say. You know, you're giving up the fast Ghost Wolf. You're giving up just all those things that are really going to make Shaman strong at 25.
Yeah, dude, just heal your warriors.
True. I mean, honestly though, Resto Shaman seems like it's going to be a lot of fun at 25 as well. That's probably if I made a shaman and got it to 25 before the next phase, I'd be going probably Resto and just playing with people, healing them.
The shield is so good. I think we're using that shield at 40 as well.
Yeah, the shield is really good. I don't know. You don't think there's going to be anything else at 40?
I was looking, and like a spell power shield if you want. I don't know. Like I think the block is still pretty crazy on it. I was looking at the 60 upgrade to level 40. I'll double check.
I hope it's Oldemon, dude. I want a Pendulum of Doom.
Yeah, that would be insane for Shaman or Warrior at that level. Well, or Ret.
Yeah, there's a green shield called Ravager Shield, just like a BOE. Has like 400 more block into armor, but it has 1 less int, but it has no stand, but it gives you 6 spirit and 3 strength.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying it's still like a competitive shield at 40.
Jeff, we're talking about the shield from, it's a quest that you can do at 25. It's called Basalt Buckler, but it's like a level 40 quest, so it's insane. Yeah, it's in Desolus.
Is it a 40 quest or is it a little lower?
I think the last elite is, level 40.
Oh, boy.
Which is fine, you can do it, epic. But you gotta just take a lot of people with you. Yeah. Which will be...
Yeah, everyone flask up.
You bring 5, put 5 shamans in a party, then you have like your other 20 homies helping out, attacking the mob.
Yeah, that's true. Just get it done on several people at once.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a lot of what happens at the beginning is like the first few days people are leveling up and then people are jumping into dungeons and doing stuff, and then we're going to have to just start coordinating like helping people get some of these harder items.
Yeah, same thing with like the Windstorm Hammer.
Yeah. That quest honestly though isn't quite as hard. It's just very long. It just has a lot of steps to it.
Mhm.
Like I think the Harpy is in the early 30s for that quest, so it's not like horrible with a few people.
So you guys will have your add-ons and everything all set up for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like running a lot of add-ons, but I think I'm just gonna keep it really minimal and just probably use Leatrix and the map Leatrix version, and then also just like Questy. I think that's literally it.
Yeah, I need to check mine over again, but some stuff I definitely want to go grab, and Hydra made a video on it today. I might watch that as well, but I really want to get Spy. I know we're not going to use it for the first few days, but...
Oh, dude, I just got Spy for the first time the other day. It was awesome.
I miss Spy. It's such a good add-on.
It is good, yeah.
When I moved stuff out, I tweaked my back.
Yeah, when I got my Warlock into STV, I was like, I'm getting fucking Spy.
Yeah.
This always happens when I move stuff.
Yeah, Spy's really useful for world PvP for sure.
Because I just feel useless now. I can't do anything. But
Spy was bullshit.
Our classic
Yeah,
era
I
add-on is
actually-
going to be working on SOD. Yeah, I mean, they should work, right, guys? Because it just all you're doing is switching tabs. So
Yeah, you might have a few updates that come out pretty quick, but I think
Yeah.
they'll generally work.
next
You might
year
get
they're
some
gonna
freeway
redo the
errors
fighting.
for contested things, or
And
I don't
then
know.
we're probably just gonna we wanted to replace.
All right, let me mute.
I think we're gonna.
Let me mute RJ. He's actually hot micing in the back.
True.
But yeah, I mean, like, what do you guys have everything set up and stuff? Like, are you guys ready to go? Is there anything else that you guys can think of that you need to do?
You gotta choose a class still.
still gotta
Yeah,
choose a
I gotta
class?
keep every time y'all talk about a class, I just gotta keep telling us keep my eyes closed and just say they need a front line. They need a front line.
And that would stress
think
me out if I
Warrior will
hadn't
be really
picked
good.
something by now.
But you gotta go Orc for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to work. I'm gonna go female orc.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm telling you, any like any class that seems like it's gonna be like not as popular or weak at 25 is like definitely a decent choice, just because like you're gonna find groups pretty easily, and then like I don't think there's any class that's gonna be outright just bad if you're with people. It might be bad like on its own, but as long as you're playing with other people, I don't think it's gonna be bad.
What class?
Just like any of the classes that are kind of not very popular.
I mean, what's not popular? I feel like the least
I'd say like
Warrior.
warrior, mage, and yeah, warrior and mage are both pretty like low in terms of what I've seen interest in, and also priests, but not quite as much priest as the other classes.
Those are all just the Shadow Priest. Excited about it, I bet.
Yeah.
I am so surprised this works.
What's up, man?
I am in the middle of the woods.
What are you doing out in the woods?
A native ceremony.
Oh, okay. Are you you're getting your chakras aligned for tomorrow?
I heard something.
He's RPing.
Yeah.
What was that?
He's in Ashenville.
You're testing out the PvP in Ashenvale right now?
I'm being more of a Tauren than a night elf.
Oh, more Tauren. Okay.
Well, it's a native ceremony, so.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Even if Mage isn't gonna be played, like people are less interested in playing it, it's still not gonna be like bad. It's gonna be so strong at 25 still. Like Fire or Frost. I mean, Frost probably not as much, but Fire looks so sick.
Yeah, Fire looks like it will be good, but I don't think it'll be good by yourself, if that makes sense. Like, I think you're going to be really strong if you're in a group setting. I think by yourself you might be a little too squishy.
25.
Yeah, 25 you're super squishy, but in raid v raid it's going to be mages doing AoE.
True.
Yeah, but in PvP it's 1v1. You still have Poly and Nova and Blink.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just don't think you have like the crazy burst that you need to.
Yeah.
to
Have you ever
close off a
have
fight.
you ever like tried to kill like a 60 elite as a frost mage, and it eventually always catch up to you and just beat your ass?
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
like-
I feel like. Frost mages can be at 25. Like, yeah, you'll hold me off for a minute,
Yeah, I feel like I've played like level 19 and 29 brackets a lot, and it's always the casters that are lacking. They can do well, but they're always the ones that are like the worst out of any other class out there. And the funny thing is, that's even with them getting like 30 spell power to their weapon, and different like consumables that they're using and whatnot. So like I just think melee is just at such an advantage at the low levels with how itemization is.
Ashen Vale, though, that's probably just going to be a big Zerg fest, so Mage will like thrive there. Just tab Living Bomb.
True. I mean, yes,
bomb.
you have a good point there. If you're playing with any kind of group, then I think it's going to be very strong.
Yeah, but it's going to be like 4 living bombs in their own.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to change that. It says it uses like 20% base mana. Like, what the fuck?
But I mean, base mana for mages is like kind of... It's not the same as base mana for other classes, just because you have so much int that you're getting from gear. So, and you have arcane intellect, so it's like, while your base mana is definitely like it still sucks that it's that much, it's not going to feel quite as bad.
Yeah, I guess every piece of gear you have has int on it.
I think Hydra is saying for fire PvP, you're probably not gonna use Fireball. You're gonna just be a Fire Blast and Scorch bot and just kite.
Do you think Living Flame, that new fire ability, procs impact every tick?
Oh god.
I don't know, but if it does, that'd be terrifying. Because it actually it seems to do pretty decent damage if you're stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the tooltip say? Because I'm not sure how impact works, but if it's like blackout, it would work the same way. If it ticks like that.
I bet it does in Classic, dude. That's how Classic is. I feel like
Well,
everything procs.
does it proc off of Flame Strike Dot?
No, because that's different.
Well, it's technically not a
Grounded
dot, though.
AoE.
It's not different because it's both on the ground.
That's kind of true, but I mean, it just depends on how how the damage interacts with like the player. Like if it's considered direct damage, like if each tick of the flame, like the Living Flame ability is like a unique damage ability, or if it's like all one dot of continuous damage from the cast of that spell. So I'm not really sure how they have it set up. If it does proc impact, though, it will be extremely strong for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to look to see. Doesn't really show much. I know it was like hitting for like 40 damage though on a 25, which is actually really, really strong. Like if you have that ability in like World PvP, it's gonna be pretty one of those things that you definitely want to get out of the way if you see it.
Don't stand in the fire.
Yeah, get out of the fire, dude. You're standing in the fire. So who was saying in here that they're still not sure what class they're playing?
That was hard, but
Yeah,
pretty sure I'm gonna be a hunter.
all of us to an extent.
Okay, we gotta get everyone locked down, because then what if you all are like on the fence
Shaman.
and then everyone all goes shaman?
Shaman Stone. Well, I'm probably just gonna play Priest then.
Priest, okay.
Because like I have the most experience. My first classes ever in Classic was a Priest, but I was like super newbie back then, obviously, and like very bad.
Dude, Homunculi looks so cool.
Yeah, I guess. Like
I like abilities that give little minions. I don't know why.
yeah, but it depends how good the damage is, and like it gives.
No, it does it. The damage. Who cares about the damage, dude? It's the debuffs that it puts up are like absolutely game breaking. Like
for melee, why would I give a shit what they go about
well,
melee?
because it's so you'll be like needed at every raid, right? Someone's always going to be taking a priest. Like it's just such an easy win for priests to get a spot. Not that they've struggled with that in the past.
Priest already brings fort.
True.
Hey, I'm gonna lose prayer mending for you to get your little DPS buff just under the boss.
I'm seriously considering. I did play Pally Healer in Classic, but traditionally I don't like healing. But I'm considering alting a Priest Healer.
It's like a very good class to alt, and it's the most similar healer to a Paladin.
Well, you could homunculi in World PvP and send them in, and then you can mind sear the homunculis if it's on friendlies, which would be insane.
I don't know if they brought Blackout though, dude. Just another reason.
Probably
it's probably the nuts.
best. Probably still the best leg rune right now for Shadow Priest in PvP, but I'm just like a disc player. Like I rate arena like pretty like decently high, and
Yeah, my most experience in the arena is Disc and Shadow Priest. But I'm going Warrior.
I think Warrior at 25, when they have like someone backing them and healing and everything, are going to be really strong.
You're going to want a Priest because they're the one who has a defensive dispel.
And the fact that Warriors can generate rage through Priest shields now is actually huge.
I just sit here and tell myself I don't care how bad it is. I'm playing Warrior. And I just tell myself I scale, and
that's
I want to fucking kill a paladin. I want to kill these rep paladins. Hopefully,
I hope they have a dual spec, or at least make respecking cheaper.
Yeah, they're making they're making respecking a lot cheaper. They said.
Okay.
So that will be good for us.
Yeah, another thing I'm excited about too is all these cool tank runes they're giving. I want to get all the AOE items for Warrior or Prot Warrior, and hopefully be able to AOE farm really well. You could already do it in Classic pretty good, but I think it might be really cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of classes are now going to have better gold farms that are open to them. So I think it's going to be cool to see kind of what people come up with over the next like few months.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Hunter. I'm really praying for Blink Strikes in one of these level brackets.
Have you guys heard anything about some interviews to the dev team? I think some streamers were going to do some interviews, and tomorrow they are going to show them.
Yeah, I'd heard that like a few people were going to post some interviews like an hour or so before servers went up.
Yeah, it's Countdown to Classic on those doing it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had heard.
I have his video premiere open on my computer right now.
I've been messing up my sleep schedule over the last few days, so I can wake up right before launch.
Damn, that's kind of big brain, actually. Everyone have their professions all planned out?
Mining, skinning, and then I'll see how lucrative skinning is, see if I want to switch to NG at 25, if it's worth it.
Is that are you the warrior player, or are you the hunter?
Warrior.
Oh. It's interesting. I feel like, well, I mean, I feel like a bunch of people are going to go leatherworking anyways, right? Like skinning leatherworking to make their gloves, so I don't think it's going to be that good as a guess, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
It probably won't, but I need all the money I can get. Like I said, I'm really looking at 25 as farming shit, really. I mean, I'm going to PvP a lot, but...
We'll make more money and get better, like, lucrative stuff if we get higher level, though, so...
Yeah, I feel like the farming stuff is, like, as long as you have, like, the amount that you need for, like, your mount at 40, which would be nice. Other than that, I don't really think... It's kind of like, it's almost like a little bit of a handicap, right? Like, if I spend an hour farming gold at level 25, I could probably find a gold farm at level 40 that I can get the same amount in 1 hour that I got at 25 in like 15 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like, I just don't know if it's going to scale that well. And there's not like a whole lot of things you need to like have money for.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant by I'll just see how it goes when I switch.
Right.
Like PvP wise, you want to have like, are you gonna go engineering as well?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to be blacksmith too for the chest. That chest is crazy.
What's the proc on it? I forget.
Is there a DPS proc? I thought it was just like a tank proc.
Well, yeah, I think it's just like a Gift of Arthas kind of proc, right? It's just like attack power reduction or something like that.
Oh,
I thought it was supposed to return damage.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
it
haven't
does.
looked
I
at.
didn't really look at it too much, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of the new items, but if there's a badass blacksmithing gear, I might just go blacksmithing and then re-roll when needed.
I'm just so torn if I want to just do mining engineering or actually just drop mining after engineering's maxed out as far as I can, and then go tailoring. Have the boots for PvP forever. Because then as a priest as well, like, gonna want to have the true faith eventually. So at 40, I feel like we probably go to like very south Felwood and kill level 45 satyrs for the Felcloth. Start making the CD for Moocloth, because I think you need like 8 or 10 for true faith, and that chest is crazy. Obviously, you gotta wait till 60 for it. If it's level 57 equipped, but still.
Yeah, it inflicts a terrible curse, causing the attacker to take additional damage from all sources for 15 seconds. So it's like a yeah. I don't know what the debuff on it is though. Like how much of a increase it is.
No, you can't do that, Zobo. If the Void Touch stuff, you have to be the profession to keep using it.
Are we sure on that though? Like, I think that's right, but it doesn't like. For example, once you make it and it binds to you, right? It's bind on equip, so you've equipped it and it's bound to you. It doesn't say like if you mouse. Oh, actually, it does. Yeah, it says chest requires 100 blacksmithing. So yeah, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, so we're to like in the TBC if you want to use your Primal Moocloth or your Shadow, whatever that's called, the other DPS sets too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, but man, that kind of is a bummer.
Yeah, it's
that sucks.
Choice. It's like, damn, do I really want to? Because like obviously I want to be mining engineering the whole time. Then I have to like decide, is it worth losing these boots that are pretty sweet?
Right, it's kind of more of a toss up at that point if it's worth all the effort.
But then I think, well, at level 40, like when we get AB, I could just equip the AB boots, and those are a lot stronger defensively.
Okay, I'm back.
Otherwise, it's damn 8. Because, well, you lose the defensive, but the defensive feels kind of bad anyways because you gotta wait the 10 minutes for it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna ask leadership to tell me what I need to be.
It's classic. You gotta do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You want to be a tailoring warrior?
Daddy Evan picked my professions for me.
No, but you definitely should just like yeah, play what you want to play. Do all the stuff you got to do to enjoy the game. I think there's gonna be honestly, there's so much stuff just up in the air. So many people are gonna be switching early on. There's like, it's gonna be so much different than any other classic launch we've ever had.
Here's a question, Evan. Do you think that like you'll be the enchanter bitch of the guild? Because I'm sure like people will give you like materials for engineering leveling and stuff as we go up. You know what I mean? Like you're like, you know, people will here like respect you, and you know, I'm sure there's homies in the guild who would happily give you some copper bars and shit to level. Because then people would trade you like engineering mats for you to give them their enchants on their gear.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking about doing enchanting anyways, and then it would be kind of an easy way for people to know who has the enchants, and they can just come to me and I can give them to them as long as they have the materials. But
and
yeah,
you might get crazy rich.
You said you were thinking about doing it because I remember we were talking about the Smoking Heart of the Mountain and everything too. Plus, like,
yeah,
obviously being the co GM or co whatever, you know, I'm sure people wouldn't mind giving you like the first like 30 spell power if you have healing, all that jazz. Plus 4 stats would be huge.
Right, and then it's kind of someone that you know is not gonna leave the guild right away.
That's true, or get bored. Plus, like, yeah, you work from home too, so for those
What the hell you mean right away?
Well, you have those people that they're like they get
No.
some weapon like from rag, and they're just like, peace, I'm
Bounce out.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna burn these. They said I'm gonna burn these bridges for
Yeah.
We had
Untamed Blade.
a shaman who got a hand of rag, and then he made it and stopped playing after 2 weeks.
Also, Evan,
Yeah, what's up?
you know, in the Torn starting zone, there's those like round little like structures that are like kind of tiny. But
round little structures.
It's like a round.
Tent.
It's not quite a tent. It's round and it looks like it has leather on it.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm at right now.
Oh. Like inside it?
No, other people are inside it.
I can hear drumming, dude. What the hell are you doing? You are literally getting your horde fix for the night,
yeah.
dude.
Oh my god!
Getting this fire totem.
Dude, okay,
What,
it's not
what
my fault that Torns were based off of my culture.
What tribe are you?
What tribe? I'm what's it called?
Apache, Cherokee.
What's it called?
If you don't know, I sure don't know.
I'm a Ojibwe. I don't know why that took so long. I'm also
Ojibwe's
Canadian,
got sick
so-
beats.
Yeah, I can hear it in the background, man.
You can probably hear my mom singing then.
That's cool though. Right before the launch of Season of Discovery, man.
Yeah.
Good thing you're not going Alliance. That would be that'd be a
waste.
treason right there.
Be a waste.
Yeah.
I'm hard all the way. Also, my phone's at 1%, so I just might leave at any point here.
Okay, no worries. Well, I mean, it was awesome that you could stop by anyways, though.
Yeah, I'm on data in the middle of Ontario, in the middle of the forest, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm surprised you were able to when you popped on. I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, I was so upset you guys were doing this today.
It's like the one day you're like, I'm actually doing something, and it's gonna be hard to explain what I'm doing, but it is happening tonight.
Yeah, basically.
Are we going west or east server? I think we're gonna be going East Coast PvP. It sounds like it's still up in the air whether it's RP or PvP. I don't know. How do you guys all think about that? Like, I know I was kind of looking forward to the RP server, but then it just kind of sounds like a lot of people, a lot of the more serious guilds and stuff are sounding like they might be going East Coast PvP.
I really don't care. I think as long as it's PvP, it's fine. And East Coast is generally more populated, right?
Yeah, just because the EU players a lot of times like to roll on it for the ping reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. RP servers are usually cool. There's a lot of funny stuff going on.
Yeah, have any of you guys seen the Barney series?
Yeah.
I haven't seen those, but people keep saying stuff about them, so I'm probably gonna have to check them out
it's
later.
so good.
Those are amazing. This is my favorite. It's kind of what got me into WoW, really.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to take a peek.
Like I kind of played it casually, but then after watching that, I was like, oh, I kind of want to take this game more seriously. Like it's pretty good series.
For me, I've been playing this game since I was 5, so.
Damn, that's actually pretty impressive.
Impressive that I stuck with it this long. As a kid, I used to bounce between playing WoW and playing Minecraft.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. I feel like you gotta have some Minecraft in your life as a kid.
I still watch some Minecraft YouTubers.
Hey, dude, I don't think Minecraft was out until I was like a teenager. How old's Minecraft?
I don't know. I never played it, but yeah, I was kind of. I was kind
It's
of. I don't
decent
know.
old,
I feel like I was a teenager when Minecraft came out.
Can't be a no, there isn't. But sometimes it depends on people how serious they are. But if it isn't,
Sorry, I'm distracting the conversation. Druids, yeah. Druids are cool. Right?
What were you saying, Weegios?
I'm saying that if you don't and it's like serious, then people will like report your name, but usually it's not like an issue.
Oh yeah, for RP names and stuff. Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I think the RP stuff would be fun, but I do kind of think that a lot of times more of the serious PvP stuff happens on the PvP servers, but then you have some of the more fun PvP stuff happening on RP servers, so it's like a toss-up. I don't know. I think it's just going to come down to server size and like guilds that are established that we know are going a certain location, and I've heard from people that it looks like East Coast is kind of where a lot of those players are kind of headed.
I'm pretty sure I played on Netherwind, and there was like no events ever.
Was that a RP server?
No,
it was just a regular PvP server.
Oh, okay.
It was it was like 65-35. I played on that server for like all of Toxic. But Gates opening was actually a really fun time, even still with the population imbalance.
Don't you guys want to crash a in-game funeral on the Alliance side?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah. RP PvP is most likely to be the most robust era, and a lot of thick boys from Classic going RP PvP. Yeah, I mean, like, I had heard rumors of, like, Svan and like, Asmongold and stuff thinking about the RP servers, but to be honest, that's, like, a reason I'd want to avoid them, because I feel like they don't really bring the right kind of people to WoW, whereas the people I've been kind of hearing stuff from, it's like, Snuts' guild, like, and a few others seem like they have publicly announced that they're going to be going on the East Coast PvP servers, and those players are more like, yeah, maybe some of them are streamers, but it's like their game as WoW, right? They're not just like bringing a huge influx of players who are all gonna peter off after like 2 weeks of not being able to like run around and follow their streamer in guild or in game anymore. So
yeah, just imagine being able to find Show back out in the world and fighting him.
So
yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
What's up, Donna?
Hey man. So I was doing a little bit of research. I was hopping around the different streamer Twitch streams today, and I guess Asmon. So don't judge people. Asmon was on with Nixium and I think McConnell, and they were debating the RP, and they finally concluded that they didn't want to risk, because he said he'll probably have to have 5 guilds. That's how many people he would be bringing to Alliance. They wouldn't all fit in one. And he said they concluded that they won't be going to the RP PvP server.
Okay.
Because they don't want to deal with the additional rules of naming conventions, because they said all of them would have, like, you know, some bad name. He says all of his members would have bad names. He said he can guarantee that, and he says he just doesn't want to deal with it. That was their conclusion. Him and Nixium and McConnell this afternoon. So, and then Zaru, I kind of hung out with for a bit online, watching his stream, and he says he's undetermined right now. And then Stay Safe. I don't know what Stay Safe. I just kind of was trying to go down the list of in terms of order, and I don't know.
He likes PvE servers.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Stay Safe is going RP PvP. I'm sure hard.
Yeah, that whole guild he's in, it's called Swamp, and it's like all the Frontier guys.
Oh yeah, Frontier is. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard Frontier is. You're correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord with all those guys, and I've just been monitoring. And
yeah,
it seems like RP.
Too. Yeah, so that's good news. I mean, I was kind of like, oh crap, Asmon's going to join. He's going to destroy that Alliance on the RP server. So that's a positive for it. So on the economy and so forth. So I think he said PvP East was where he was going to go, and he said if he gets camped too much and it's not fun or whatever, he'll just jump to the PvE realm. So that.
I mean, Asthma is fun for like the 100v100 PvP events, but other than that, it's always bad.
I mean, his like, what do I know? But I would feel like his community would cause a lot of shit on an RP server.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Just because there's so many.
There's so many people that he can't control. Like,
yeah.
Also, how much the Grobulus players are already complaining.
Yeah.
Grobulus, dude.
What do you guys think of the reasoning is on Blizzard's sort of trolling? That's what you said. I heard they're trolling us with the naming conventions. What do they have? They said, how many RPP first servers do we need? And the other one's what? The one realm? Is that what it's called? Is it just trolling us? Or
I think they're just kind of having fun. Yeah, just messing around. That's the thing. Like we're pretty sure there's gonna be 4 servers, but they could have just been messing with us the whole time. So, still, for everyone who's wondering about servers, like nothing's set in stone. We'll definitely like have a ping in Discord when that like is totally decided on. But yeah, as of now, I just wish at this point they would just give us the server names and stuff. It's kind of frustrating, but whatever.
Yeah, I think they realized they messed up when they said, yeah, we'll have one RP PvP server, because that's what them coming back and saying how many RP as a name. Have you guys gone to the Blizzard login and gone to seasonal? It lists 2 realms, and the realm names are how many RP PvPers do we need? That's the name of realm 1, and the name of realm 2 is the one. What is it? The one true realm or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they keep changing them too. So
I know at one point it was just streamer server and it was a PvP
I saw that
server.
too. Yeah,
so-
I saw that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is now. There's streamer server and RPs and how
I
many
think they are
RPs
down now.
Okay, so funny.
They took them down now.
Good work, Dwalma. Good work.
Yeah, a little espionage.
Are you meeting a rogue?
I'm a priest. Yeah.
Oh.
You
I
two
know.
get along
Get that
real
rogue,
well.
get that rogue dog in you though.
Oh, nice. I'm so bipolar on my classes. It's like every night I say, "Oh man, should I play this or this?"
Yeah, that's what it is for my fucking alts. Like,
And everyone's
the
like,
same
"Look,
boat.
you know what you're gonna play. You're gonna play what you've been playing for the past 10 years." So of course,
I'm in the same boat as Evan. Is like, I always play Druid, so I'm gonna play Druid. But what else do I want to play?
Yeah, I like to play everything, but yeah.
We should all just make rogues for our alts and just be like a squad.
Yeah, I think
I would actually
There's an-
I'd be totally down for that just because it'd be
That'd be so
funny. It'd be so
And
funny.
a couple ferals for Wind Fury. Out of
Oh
squad.
yeah, like a feral per group for some Wind Fury and some off heals.
That'd be a blast.
I'm going Boomy Healer.
Nice,
I
nice.
can heal.
Yeah, I think my plans are to definitely play feral, but yeah, anytime I can. The nice thing about the runes is just being able to not even have to switch switch spec. You can just kind of hop over some runes and heal.
Yeah, but for Resto, you need the gear for it.
Yeah, the end gear for sure.
I just think it's going to be so much PvP in this in level 25. I really want to figure. It's going to be so much fun not allowing Alliance into BFD.
I know.
Yeah.
What I really want to do, guys, is I want that first week to be like obviously people leveling up and everything, but then we've got to start planning just some like shenanigans for World PvP and just start messing with people and.
Get on the boat.
You'll be able to spend hours in that BFD. That BFD is going to be very tough to get through. Just jumping down because you have to jump down into that sort of tomb, not tomb area, but there's a water area, right? When you first jump down.
Yeah.
And then there's tunnels.
They're probably gonna
Also, who else is sleeping right up until launch?
Me. I got my sleep schedule messed up enough that I woke up today at like 11, so I'm gonna wake up a little later
I've been
tomorrow.
up since 7 p.m. yesterday.
Okay, so you're ready.
I took off,
Yeah.
but me and the missus are going Christmas shopping.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep at like 2 and wake up at 2.
That's so funny. I bought this friend told me about them. These sort of they're like mushroom vitamins. They're supposed to give you energy. So I've been trying to take those the past couple days. I'll let you know if it works out. It's not going to, but I'll let you know.
Sometimes it's just the placebo, right? That's enough.
Yeah, and I Googled it. I think it's just because they're full of like vitamin B and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Do you think you're gonna go leader of the pack at 40, or still something into Omen of Clarity and then somewhere else?
I haven't even thought about the 40 stuff, to be honest. I've been so tied up with all the 25 hype that I haven't even like. I know you're the king of builds on 60 upgrades, but I honestly haven't really looked at that stuff that far ahead.
I just know that 40 is gonna be so much fun. Think about it, it's probably Scarlet Monastery, right? It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, and the world PvP with people having their mounts and everything, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be a unique time for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be ST Vietnam, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No Morrigan too. So they're having one over.
Yeah, I thought that too, and I had talked about that with people early on, but then recently a lot of people had told me that it kind of sounds like more of like they use the Alarmobot as like a warning alert, you know, like warning, we're gonna give you some spoilers. So I don't know if they're actually gonna do anything with Nomer.
Give me my trip runners.
It would kind of make sense to me because they have Scarlet Monastery in the Horde City, and then they have Nomergon in what's that place called for the dwarves, the humans, Ironforge?
Dunmorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would love to see it. I don't want to get too excited about that because it might not be what their plan is. Because if they did that, they would have to like increase. I mean, they'd have to change the levels of all the mobs in there, which is not like that's that crazy, but it just would be different than what we see with like BFD right now.
Oh, for along with those mushroom vitamins, whatever. I also got the ultimate. My wife brought home like 4 boxes of Hot Pockets.
Nice.
Damn, you're energized.
So tomorrow you're gonna get high on shrooms and eat Hot Pockets.
Eat Hot Pockets, exactly, exactly.
High school vibes.
Guild meeting is like in an hour, right?
Yeah, we're just hanging out right now. So if you're here, if you guys are just here to hang, awesome. But yeah, if you like have things you need to do or whatever, then definitely go ahead and do that because the guild meeting will be actually in an hour and 15.
Okay.
All right, I'll go and I'll come back later.
Okay,
see you
sounds
guys.
good.
I'll probably mute myself in a bit and have dinner. So.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I went out today to grab some of the things that I felt were kind of necessity. In the past, I've always gotten like
Hot Pockets.
Well, just like those things that like sound really good, but this time I tried to think about like more long-term play. You know, not the stuff that I see on the shelves. I'm like, ooh, that sounds good, but more of like the little healthy options or whatever that's gonna help me keep my energies up and everything. So we'll see.
In the spirit of the South Park WoW episode, I'm gonna get some meatloaf for tomorrow.
Awesome!
Nice.
We should actually post that South Park video inside of Generals while people are waiting for the meeting or something. So it'd be hilarious. That's a good episode.
You don't have to go so hard because you don't have to grind to 60 instantly. You have time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
my plan is just
I'm going
like
hard as shit.
my plan is to kind of for me it's like hard to not go hard, right? So like my plan is to just like do 24 hours, but then also 24 hours plus like 6 hours to get me like to like the evening, and then just sleep during the night like a normal sleep schedule again.
But I guess you want to get 25 earlier, like higher, faster for a certain trinket. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to get 25 for like quickly for a few different things too.
It's interesting to see, like, will it be 3 days after launch that the BFD resets? So like, is there going to be an incentive to get to 25 quickly?
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's obviously nice to not miss a lockout for gear for PvP and everything.
for sure.
Yeah, but the gear also isn't super crazy.
Yeah,
well, that clam weave tunic is in high demand.
Clam wave is like on everyone's biz list.
I've been chasing clam weave since high school.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Arena. It's like kind of one of those things where it's like the pieces are decent, but it's not like they're gonna make or break the 25 stuff. So I'm not quite as worried about that. I'm more worried about I want to get 25 quickly and then just get some of those items out in the world that I think might be in demand later.
Yeah, I'm more excited just for my farm spot that I want to go do at 25.
Were you Hillsbrad guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say much more, but yeah, that one sounds like pretty decent.
Isn't that going to be fun? I know. I was thinking about that too. Finding an area where you can try to get in a slightly higher level zone, get a few people, and try to get some mats, right? Try to get some.
Well, that's the coolest thing about these brackets is that you're theory crafting stuff that you never usually do, and now I get to go test it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I get to actually see if it's good.
And the other thing too that we need to realize is like, if they really are only going to have 4 servers, there are definitely going to be a lot of layers.
Oh, they're going to layer the shit out of it.
Yeah, being able to abuse layers in the first week is going to be actually key.
So everyone should get it's Nova Instance Tracker, right? That's the one everyone should get.
Yep, we were going to talk about that tonight, just so people can kind of see what layers they're on and be able to kind of see guildies, what layer guildies are in.
Yeah, because you get yanked, you can invite someone to your party and then they get switched off that layer.
Awesome.
Do you think they're going to allow making raids or some dungeons and then leaving to complete quests? Like for the Scarlet Monster, you have to get that mace.
It should be fine, yeah.
And it's not going to be doable with 5 people at 25 for level 36 mobs.
Got you. That would be interesting.
All right, I'll see you all in the guild meeting.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Yep.
You could also have a mage or someone just try and get aggro and kite things away. I guess that'd be resist though. Dazing.
No, for that one, for the quest for the enhanced best weapon, it's halfway deep into the dungeon.
Yeah, that I think on that one, Arena, it's probably one of those things that you could go in with a raid, clear it out, and then you have the ID and you just funnel people in. Kind of similar to how you would get buffs in DMT. You just have one person at the entrance holding it, and then you just have people come in and complete the quest. You could even honestly, you could even sell that that service at 25 to some people.
I mean, everyone's gonna be doing it. It's one of the best weapons in the bracket.
Yeah. Well, it even has a great wand option too. So
it's better than all the BFD weapons.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best wand.
What was the add-on? Nova Instance Tracker?
Yeah, I think there's 2 Novas. I think there's 2 different Novas, and I think they're both good. But I think they do slightly different things. One, I think,
world buffs. World buffs. Yeah, world buffs.
Yeah, no, there's Nova world buffs. Does that one do instances also?
Or no, that one's instant tracker.
Okay, so there's 2 Novas. They're both good. So
to the theory crafting thing, that's why I'm looking at so many different classes and levels on 60 upgrades, because you can kind of look ahead and see what gear you can plan towards or professions, and then if you actually want to keep playing that class or not.
This is gonna be so much fun. What's his name? The guy who just left was RJM. I'm not sure, let's see.
Yeah.
RJM. He made a good point. It's just the level 25 is a whole new. It's just a whole new
ball game.
Yeah, game. So what we're farming, and so forth. And engineering items, I think the best we can do are iron grenades, I think, right? And iron is going to be tough because that's slightly higher than 25. That's like the 30s.
You can get it in 1,000 needles.
You can get it in some of the zones that are lower too. It also is in Ashenvale and whatnot, but they're just less frequent.
Who just pointed out that 1,000 needles iron? Was that Witos?
But then also you can also go the Shivering Flats is along the edges. There's less mobs there too.
Dude, so awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna hang out with you, man. Good job.
Again, if there's anyone who uses staff weapon, you can get the Cauldron Stir level 10 to level 16 weapon.
We're also leveling, I guess, or maybe at 40. We're all gonna be trying to get Skull of Impending Doom.
Hey Wichos, what race are you going?
Probably Undead still. I mean, I played a male Undead. Probably gonna play another one.
probably do female undead. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I like the male animations are just so good. Like I was looking at the female ones recently, but like then the jump looks weird. Then like the dress clips, right? I think when you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
for female undead too, like Guild Tabard triggers me too. It like when you run, it like clips. And I love being able to wear like the PvP tabards and whatnot, and it just on female undead, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I wonder if I should go male for once.
And female undead, just worst animations too.
They're interesting. I think they look cool because I'm so used to seeing a male undead for like years.
I like some. I like some of the female undead animations, just not all of them.
Like I think that dope Marge Simpson hair.
True.
I like their voice. I like their voice and their laugh. Right.
That sucks though.
Yeah, the dance is a little weird.
Oh yeah.
And all the gear on female undead until like you get to 60, it all looks very like underwhelming.
It's all tiny.
I like female blood elves. They look really bad with weapons.
Yeah.
But don't female undead sound like they've been chain smoking Pall Mall since they were born?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dark lady, watch over you.
Perfect. Who was that? Who was that? Evan? Good job.
That was Evan? What the fuck?
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, I do think that the dual wield undead though, their little flip animation is pretty cool.
It's still two-handed as well.
Yeah, as a rogue. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a melee animation for one-handed and two-handed for female.
Ethan is getting out of the starting zone. That's gonna be the worst part.
Two-handed though, I thought they just spun in the air or something. No, that's blood elves. What?
Flip or something? Oh no, their jump is just normal. They don't have anything crazy.
Yeah, blood elves spin.
Yeah, so female undead, like when they attack, like they do the flips. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it only with dual wield though, right? Or is it
two-handed? Two-handed does it too.
Really? Okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
I think. Well, we can check that on 60 upgrades, friends.
Your favorite website.
That's how I learned a lot about the game. Because
it's awesome. I mess with it all the time.
I love that.
I'm gonna be curious as to how bad Warsaw Gulch is gonna be.
How bad in what way? What do you mean?
I mean, either you can get honored in 125 games, or you can get honored in 397 losses.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Warsong or AB?
Warsaw.
Yeah, if you're a druid or a shaman flag carrying, you're gonna get more rep though if you kept flags, which is pretty sweet. I'm dedicated though, man. I want those risks so bad. They're gonna be so nice at 40.
What's that green tabard you'll get from the battlegrounds? Is it? I want that one so bad, dude. I've always loved that tabard.
They change when High Warlords comes out because people are going to be so high ranked for each pattern.
And honor starts from the get go. Like
it'll lock you at 4, but you don't degrade. Like you'll just hit at 4 the entire time.
One thing I will say, and this is actually like huge to me, and I think it could really ruin the game, is I hope they do not have the rank like 14 gear in the game at the very beginning when you hit 60.
They confirmed that they won't.
Okay, good.
Yeah, someone said
that ruins
I thought it was
so much.
Didn't Lemming say that he read something that was like BWL?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it would ruin the game if it was.
Yeah.
Well, it ruined Season of Mastery.
Yeah, exactly. Season of Mastery was like the PvE content in Season of Mastery was like completely dead. There was no point in running any dungeons. No one was doing anything.
Triple the honor gain or whatever.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So female undead one-handed attack is the front flip, and then two-handed you do like a spin. Like you throw your shoulder and spin.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool, but.
Has anyone spent much time dissecting this Platinum WoW video? There's kind of some cool shit in there.
Yeah, I saw. I was going to make a video on it, but then I don't know. Lately, with like live streaming and stuff, I'd way rather just stream and chat about this stuff than making a video. So I kind of scrapped it. But yeah, I kind of slowed down a bunch of stuff. Everyone obviously saw the runes.
Yes, well, it's nice that it's confirmed that we're getting belt and boot runes.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that though?
I hope they limit it, dude. I do not want like 8.
I feel like it's gonna get kind of out of control.
No, they're gonna make certain classes just way fucking overpowered with some ridiculous shit combinations.
Yeah, but
I think it's simpler, even on the players
Like,
themselves, if they limit it to some capacity.
Elite Shamans at 40 are going to murder every human alive.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been listening. Blizzard's been listening so far, so I'm sure they'll try and keep the game fun and balanced.
I'm gonna have fun doing it.
See, I think it's cool if they limit it in a way, like let's say you can only ever use 3 or 4, and then you can swap between them depending on the boss fight or the encounter, or whatever the case is.
That's cool, yeah.
What if they only
Oh no, they got it. Oh, go ahead.
What if they only release 2 more slots per bracket, so it's only limited that way?
It's fine.
I mean, maybe it could be 5 total, I guess. Yeah. Or whatever it is. I guess it's 6.
As long as there's not like ring slots and shit like that.
Yeah.
See, what worries me though is what they've given us so far is super strong. I feel like that they're just gonna like I said, rogues are gonna get like Cloak of Shadows. Everyone's gonna get just the retail nuts abilities because they're gonna have so many slots they have to make abilities for.
If they start putting in crazy CC, I'll be annoyed.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. I just don't want.
I guess on the
versions of the game I don't like.
Yeah, that's true. I guess on the flip side though, just because these are the types of runes they've shown us, it doesn't mean necessarily that's what they're going to be going forward. Like they could make them way more simple, right? Like it'd be like this rune gives you 15% move speed on your booster. You know, something. But
I just saw a Paladin Howling Blast rune, so I don't believe you.
I heard that that's actually not. Some Blizzard employee tweeted and said like that's not going to be for Paladins, but I don't know what to think of that.
Well, I'm going to get Molten Blast, so Howling Blast seems like a shaman or a mage thing, you know, because frost.
Or they're gonna throw fucking DKs in at 60.
Shut up! No, don't say that. Don't even say that.
That's what he's saying. He's saying
it'll be a paladin quest. To fucking betray the light, and now you're.
Oh, are they gonna give shamans ancestral swiftness with the fucking casting while running shit, man? Like, let's just make us ridiculous.
People like.
But yeah, that's my worry when they add all these extra rune slots. Is they're gonna have to come up with abilities for it. Who knows what they'll do?
Yeah, and we already saw how like in Ashenvale they're just scaling up already existing character models, so it's like I get scared that they're just gonna keep throwing in like existing spells and whatever from retail, and then it's like just turning the game more and more into retail. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't trust them to make like cool abilities or like even non-combat abilities. I just trust them to take what they already have data for and throw it in here to make content.
I think World's gonna get an armor nerf in the first few weeks. I think their shit's gonna be way overpowered.
They got the fear nerf. We missed that earlier, but some metamorphosis you can't fear in it now.
Yeah, but I still think they're way too armored, like 500%.
It might be though, Arena, that it's like they wait till like the 40 bracket. It might have just felt like at 25 it was felt right in PvE. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. It's just kind of it's weird. Like I'm kind of just like at this point I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to see how it goes, but yeah, they could mess up a lot of stuff, but
let's see how it feels. Yeah. It's easy to be like kind of doomy and gloomy about what they could fuck up, but let's see how it feels because I'm kind of excited. So.
Oh yeah, super excited.
I'm definitely excited. But I just like to kind of point out some of the things that irritate me. The one thing that I saw from the video though that I don't know if you guys noticed that there's a shredder unit in the background in Ashenvale by one of the Horde bosses, and we also saw the engineering salvaging ability for engineers. So I think there's going to be some use of shredder units within Ashenvale, whether it's like you know, in some games there's like NPC units that are kind of just always slowly encroaching on like an area. So we might be able to kill the shredder units, or maybe we can pilot them. But I think that will come into play with engineering somehow.
I hope it's something cool like protect your guy in the shredder unit while he gathers wood.
Yeah, I would love that. I think it's sad that they didn't do the OG Alteric Valley stuff, because back on Northdale on private server, I used to always run around and mess with like the shredder units in AV, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've heard about it. I was just gonna say I heard about it and I heard that, like they have like crazy minefields and stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the point of that stuff in Ashenvale is just so there's like it resets every once in a while, so it's like a fresh game or whatever every like day, 6 hours, whatever the fuck they want to set it to, I guess. But
yeah, that's true.
Wasn't Old AV really cringe? Wasn't it take like 3 days to like end sometimes? Like you'd come home from school and come back, and go back to the.
Yeah, but that was the good stuff.
Yeah, that was AV. Yeah.
And you're not gonna get any marks to hand in. Feels bad.
You get turtled at the bridge 6,000 times.
Yeah.
So, it's a mark. I can't see now in the chat, but I think there's a Twitch chat. Person said, "Oh, if classic wasn't enough, like I didn't have enough keybinds already. They're adding more." Like
you don't think it's going to affect the actual quest in Ashenvale, right?
Oh yeah, Nikki was saying that. Yeah, I am worried about all the abilities they give you, but who knows? We'll see.
Less downranks at 25 at least. Man, I guess we always have shift control and alt modifiers. Smile.
Yeah, well, it's cool now. I'll be able to macro charge, intercept, and intervene all in the same button now.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of macros. I forgot. There's one I was thinking about, like a lot about.
But I don't know. You can do the charge, intervene stuff all on one macro. But what if you want to switch runes? What if something else comes out for that slot that you're like, maybe I want to try that one out.
Dude, I'd have to be hard pressed to ever switch that rune.
You never know though. They might give you something crazy. Like what if they give you some kind of like heroic leap or something?
I don't know.
Don't put that evil on us, bro.
Does that break CC though? I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like breaking the snares or whatever slows. That's kind of nuts.
I guess especially for Horde side, but like when you have freedoms from paladins, it's like might have some different alternatives that you could go with.
Out of them.
Can we talk about keybinds? Because I don't want any of the homies to like be PvPing and clicking like equal signs.
No, I don't. I don't click, brother.
I think most people know about keybinds at this point.
I've seen some people's UIs in the Discord. I was kind of sad.
They're a little scary.
I will say you'd probably be disappointed in my UI because I keep it pretty simple, but
simple's fine. Keybinds only.
I have everything. I have everything keybound, macros and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do today. Would be to prep macros and keybinds.
I watched this Eben guy drop half his totems with fucking Opais.
Oh yeah, with that wheel.
Hey, that's okay. Honestly, I don't mind that. That's
I only have actually. What totems do I have? I have Stoneclaw. I've used Stoneclaw like so few times in my leveling experiences. I will say frost resist and fire resist totems. I don't use as often as I probably should though.
I was about to say, now you mentioned it. The last things I can remember clicking are my shaman, and it was the resist totems, and then the one that blocks like arrows. That one.
Yeah. Windwall?
Yeah.
I use Windwall every once in a while, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I know some people like really like think a lot about their like key bindings, or they'll be like, oh, so like my rank 1 is, or like my downranked ability is like 2, like number 2, and then my full rank ability is like shift 2 or something, they'll like have them all like coordinated. And for me, it's just like when I make a new character, I just like put things down on my action bar and then end up by the time I'm level 60, I'm like, oh, I guess, well, these are my hotkeys now.
I kind of have like a spot for the abilities of the same type. Like movement abilities are generally on the same button.
Yeah.
And then I try to keep my trinkets on the same button and engineering items on the same buttons.
There's a video, I think it's called Skill Cap Guides. Well, other YouTube channels have it too, but like on how to make proper keybinds. But these are also based for Arena, but it's still a good way to think about your keybinds. So you want to make sure you have. It depends if you use A or E for strafing, or Q and E or A and D. But you want to make sure you have all your good keybinds in like the close proximity to WASD, and then you have the less important stuff on harder to reach keybinds, and then I feel like for down ranks, I'd probably have it on like a shift of like the main abilities. So it's like your Frostbolt's like 1, like you want to have like rank 1 on shift 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're kind of hot micing a lot, by the way, Captain, with your birds.
Oh yeah, my bad.
That's okay.
He called it out, man. He said it.
Oh yeah, Bend. I totally agree. I think clicking is overrated. You definitely got to type out all your spells for the maximum RP /cast Frostbolt.
Did you see it? There's a hunter who did that in an arena and won.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Beastmaster Hunter. I remember that in like TBC or whatever.
Yeah, it was a TBC. Yeah. I mean, it was even on like it was on the Grand too. You could LOS.
Yeah.
I remember since I said I was really newbie in Classic, and my priest and shit, like clicking and stuff on different abilities. Oh, I remember when I started getting more serious into Arena and playing like Resto Druid because they were so strong in TBC. I remember I sat down. I'm like, okay, I'm making like actual proper keybinds because this isn't gonna fly for like Arena and like playing the game more serious.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when Arena's introduced, it's like you can make a case for that more, especially because you want to have like if you're taking things seriously, you probably have like party macros or like specific player name macros if you're like doing 2v2 or whatever. And then a lot of times you're using like Arena target macros, and then at that point in the game you can use focus macros. Like you can't do that in Classic.
I just mean like efficiency in your binds. Like you make sure that binds make sense to where they are, and even like you could make sure that different classes. Like I think I forget who was saying about how they have like their mobility on the same keybind of different classes. You know, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I guess that I mean, like for example, like a lot of times I have my racials on every throughout all my classes on the same keybind. So like I do have some of those kind of similar things after playing Druid. I try and
Shift
have
2,
some...
Shift 2.
Shift 2, baby.
Shift 2 is what for you?
All my racials.
That's okay. But think about that for example. Like so, Shift 2, that's a very good bind, and a racial is usually a 2-minute cooldown. So it might be better to put it at a medium hard to get bind. So you might want to put it on like Shift R or Shift.
Nah, buffs go on the shifts bar. Totems on the alt keys.
What if you down ranks?
Who the fuck plays a class that has ranks? What the fuck is this
rank
shit?
1 Urshock and Frost Shock right away.
Warrior charge, hit them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying Shaman. Then if you're playing Shaman, you should at least have
well, a little bit of both. Okay.
Urshock, Frost Shock, and you want to have a rank 1 Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Easily.
Trash. You use maximum mana every time.
Nah, dude, Earthshock, you just have it rank 1. You're just using it to interrupt. Who the fuck uses it for damage?
You gotta teach him a lesson.
Well, kill the mage, you just shoot casting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my bars right now and see what I...
Eben's in shambles.
Just simply plan out your mana better. That's what I'm saying.
You guys are worrying me a bit.
Imagine dealing damage to that mage. Just kick him for rank 1 and never cast a chain lightning. You're never.
Yeah,
you're gonna get kicked.
Fucking kick him and make him feel bad before you kill him with something else.
I don't know, man.
Do we use thumb or pinky for alt? I don't use alt. That seems like a hard one to reach. But I would imagine you'd thumb it.
Spacebar, bro. It's representing.
Yeah, you thumb it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? In Classic, my totems were alt 1, 2, 3, 4, or for Warrior, my stance was alt 1, 2, 3 if it wasn't macroed.
Who's leveling Shaman?
Who isn't leveling Shaman?
I mean, it's a great question.
Yeah, see, I have R is Frost Shock, Shift R is rank 1, F is Earth Shock, Shift F is rank 1. But yeah, besides that, like my keybinds are kind of all over the place.
Yeah, so maybe you can try and optimize them. Just
Yeah, but then like you have to learn them all. Like my keybinds are so like I get so used to them that it's just like muscle memory. I don't even actually know what they are until like I look.
That's fine then if you're used to them and like they
Yeah.
work for you. Like I'm not saying you're bad like PvP or anything. I'm just
Yeah,
but what's your?
You're not saying I'm bad. I just could make some improvements.
Listen, we all know you're garbage. Okay, I don't know what you're defending here.
Yeah, you could.
Don't tell us how to play Season Discovery, bro.
Okay, but the most important hotkey is what's your hotkey to hide your UI so you can take dope screenshots with your boys.
True. And still Alt C.
Because when we're on the RP PvP, wink wink.
Nudge nudge.
You gotta take cool screenshots with the boys.
If we do RP, I wonder how many groups I'm gonna get into where people are like really trying to roleplay it up, like, oh, I was like, just shut up, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. No, I think it sounds kind of like the East Coast PvP is where it's at, but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
I have a couple different guilds that are all going roleplay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. There's
a lot of alliance guilds, Invoke, and all them are going.
Yeah.
RP.
Oh, they are.
I know for a number going RP too, or at least they're saying they're going RP. I guess hard to confirm, but
There's just something special about killing RP PvPers.
Well, I know for Invoke and them, they already talked to about 6 other guilds. They're all planning RP no matter what.
Were any of you guys ever on Emerald Dream? That was prior to Grobulus.
No, I knew about it though.
It was basically the Grobulus of the previous expansion. So.
yeah, I was on Moonguard.
Yeah, there was Moonguard, and then there was Emerald Dream. Emerald Dream had a lot of the PvP. They had the Clan Battlehammer. That was the very large, only dwarf guild.
That's sweet though. That's fun.
Yeah, they would line up in Ironforge two or three nights a week before and then march out in formation to go.
You know what's crazy? And I bet you all of them have such fond memories of like doing that shit too as like a group.
Yeah, it's like, to me, that's so, like, okay, you gotta listen to me through it all, right? That is so cringy to do that in a game, but it's also, like, the most wholesome and fun thing in the world. Like, you know what I mean? It's, like, one of those things that's, it's like funny and goofy to actually do that. Like, you're a grown-ass man, and you're, like, role-playing on a server as a dwarf, but at the same time, it's, like, I feel like those would be like the best memories, and like you'd have so much fun doing that. Like the few times that we did, like I remember early on in 2019 we went to, oh wait, this was actually in the beta. We were like level 40 and we were running through some zones to do like Stranglethorn PvP, and I still remember that, like, I was playing with Bobka in our guild, and he was like trying to get people to bring their horses to the water so that we could like drink from the, like our horses could drink from the water because they were tired after like the long like run from wherever we had been traveling from. And it was just like we were all just laughing, and it was so much fun in Discord to do that kind of stuff. So I get it. I totally get why people love the RP servers.
You never RP in Skyrim or anything?
No, to be honest, like I literally have never RP'd any games. Like I've played on
Dungeons and Dragons. All I've ever RP'd in.
Yeah. I've never RP'd in WoW though. Like officially.
I just run out of clever shit to say. Like if you run into a true RP peer, I just can't keep up with them, man. They're just like, they're nuts. I just look stupid trying.
Saying
Zug.
I think the ones
Me, not that kind of orc.
I've witnessed them a few. There's a lot of like slash joke, or there's a bunch of different RP things you can do just by typing in /joke, and I think it gives you some, various different class, racial type of things to say. Kind of funny.
Yeah. There actually are quite a few jokes for each class. I never even like use emotes really in the game besides like wave and like
spit. Rip.
Well, yeah, you can't use spit anymore though. I used to spit on people every once in a while, you know. Spit was just like, it was that good. They shouldn't have gotten rid of it because it was so like, it really held some
It was
value.
the Activision Blizzard got rid of it when they added that thing in retail.
Yeah.
Where the mount or whatever it was at the time.
Oh yeah, and everyone was spitting on them. That's right.
The people were making weak auras that auto spat. It was for TBC, right? The TBC boost thing.
Yeah, the phase hunter or whatever.
Yeah, the phase hunter.
Yeah.
People were making weak auras to spit on those people.
What was that add-on that came out back in Classic that let you, like, if you had a stealth nearby, it would automatically like ping like super loud?
Spy.
It was so broken as with my hunter.
Yeah. Maybe switch RP as like a backpedaling hunter, and then like when the someone gets close, they just like go like legit and just start killing them.
Right. It's like their
track stealth with goggles. You could see them for like miles away.
True. Night Elf backpedaling hunters are like the most fun thing to kill. It's so funny. I don't know why.
I will say, Night Elf Hunter gets an advantage because they don't have to worry about stacking fucking the aspect of kings and raid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess. I'll be back in a bit. I gotta go on mobile.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess what in this room? How do people feel about the fact that it seems like Blizzard wants to allow the utility of the faction specific classes, but don't actually want to give the other faction the specific class? Like, at what point does it cross
really
a line and you
awkward.
just say, like, what the fuck does it matter if you're just gonna let all the utility be there anyways?
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I was talking about the other day. It's like Feral Druid, like Windfury, is arguably much stronger than Shamans. So it's like
It literally is.
Yeah.
It's a buff. It's not a weapon.
Yeah, and you are traveling with it, so you don't have to constantly like pick up your totem and replace it and everything.
You saw the buffed rogue, whatever the fuck it's called, thing that auto applies their poison. What's it called?
Oh yeah, that thing's ridiculous. Oh my
Deadly
god.
Brew.
Yes.
So Deadly Brew,
AP.
but you don't need to actually put the poison on your weapon, right? Like, it procs if you don't have poison on your weapon.
Yeah, it acts like you have it.
So you can get Wind Fury. You can use Deadly Brew to apply poison, both instant and deadly,
and
Flame Tongue, or whatever you could do.
Right, like a stone or whatever.
The stone or whatever, right? You can use all three.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you can't do that if it's a shaman dropping Wind Fury. It has to be from the feral.
Yeah. I agree, Nikki. It's like Nikki's saying in chat too. They're just like they're homogenizing the game. They're giving other classes stuff like that, but then the problem is they're not doing it in a way that it's like smart. They're just making it so like now feral is the class that you're gonna want.
And they could
groups.
completely avoid that by just giving the other faction paladin/shaman.
True. Yeah.
I think Feral Druid is gonna be everywhere.
The problem too is I think Feral
Druid.
Yeah, and I think Feral Druid. The problem too is Feral Druid's going to be extremely strong in the first phase. I think their DPS is really strong. It's just going to encourage more people. It's just going to encourage more people to play it. Whereas like if they were weak in phase 1, then a lot of people that did start playing it would be like, I don't really like this, and then play something else.
So do you know what I'll be interested to see happens in the later phases? Like you always say, Evan, you can always tell a good hunter from an average hunter. I think it's going to be the same thing with feral druids, or just druids in general.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, especially if they keep the shifting, like power shifting for PvE, like that's always been a big thing. Yeah, it is a class that does require a little bit more skill, but
yeah, but I think the bleeds are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be really strong. We'll have to see. Hopefully a lot of people end up just like feeling like it's not really for them, or Blizzard gives some more options to other classes to have some sort of Wind Fury buff, or I don't know. Because right now it's just like it makes more sense to actually have Feral be the Wind Fury.
Like, unless in the next level bracket, like there's some rune they give to shamans that makes their Wind Fury, like when you imbue your own weapon with Wind Fury, your party gets it too, or some bullshit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
like
true.
Otherwise, what?
Yeah, it just kind of makes the totem arguably worse. So it's like, yeah.
But I sort of get why they had to, like, in a methodology of adding Wind Fury to Druid, they had to make it a buff because ferals don't swing with their weapon anyways.
Yeah, but they could have made it like a ticking buff, like where it's like still applies to your weapon, you know?
Yeah, but the question now is, are feral weapons actually going to matter now in regards to the proc?
They should just made it where like your feral takes shit and the shit is the totem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And I guess we'll find out too. Someone said in your chat, like, well, does Wind Fury weapon imbue stack with Wind Fury?
Hey, as a shaman, I'm fine with that. I'll fucking rock biter all day. I'm like double-handed.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. Truth. Yeah, could you stack both buffs? That's a good question.
I think you can, unless they change something as it is now.
Because it's a different buff completely too, so it's not like it would share the same like internal GCD or anything. Yeah, that seems like if they go through with that, then that would be absolutely insane. There's no way they could get away with that. They'd have to change it.
They're gonna try.
Yeah. We'll see. I feel like some of these changes and things they've added, they just didn't really maybe think through them enough. I know it's hard to kind of cover everything, but it's like that one seems pretty big to me.
Although, okay, it does say on it, no effect if the party member is already benefiting from Wind Fury Totem.
Oh, okay,
but that's the totem. That's not the imbue. So the shaman himself could have Wind Fury imbue in the 40 bracket range, not now, right?
You know how crazy that'd be? What's that axe that gives you the extra attack swing?
That could actually make two-hand
flurry
decent
axe?
if you have like that much chance to re-swing a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Flurry axe plus the trinket.
Do you know how hard it would be to not pull threat if all that stuff's going off at the same time?
Yeah, you'd just be destroying people too, especially if you're doing it with like two-handed shaman. Like all these two-handed shaman and enjoyers out here wanting to make sure that their class doesn't get destroyed, and then meanwhile they can double Wind Fury maybe.
Does Dual Wield Enhanced want to use Rockbiter anyways?
For this bracket, you will because Flame Tongue is trash.
So you're just gonna be the tank.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say, yeah, because you'll still generate unless they changed it.
Or is it only when you use the rune that it generates?
I was thinking maybe they take it off.
Okay.
I think they took it off the just generic one, and it's only when you're using the rune.
No, it's still there. It says Rockbiter weapon causes additional threat when using on a weapon.
But is there? Because I know sometimes the same. Or like the spell still shows up as the old one, but they have like two versions in the game.
It worked for me.
Isn't it from a rune? Way of Earth. While Rockbiter weapon is active on your main hand weapon, you deal increased threat.
Yeah, but it's always been part of Rockbiter. It's part of its.
You're saying Rockbiter itself has an increased threat generator on it anyway.
Part of its description.
Yeah, but I'm saying like maybe they're taking that off.
It'd be nice. Either way, we're gonna find out.
I guess maybe that's also their reason or their way of getting people to use like Flame Tongue in PvE instead of Rockbiter.
Trash at 25.
True, but if you're pulling threat, then maybe it's like
You just gotta watch the meters. Just stop a little bit.
Do you think Shaman tanks in this bracket?
And then you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Will Shaman tanks in this bracket even need to use a shield?
Yes.
I think so. I think need. I don't know if need is the right word, but they should, just because like I think they're generating enough threat with other things that I don't think, like for example, the reason you don't take a shield as a warrior is it's like you're not going to generate enough threat to hold aggro against like other people in your raid, whereas like if you could take it, you would, right? It's just more of a threat thing, whereas like
the shaman's kit's based so highly on shield block for damage mitigation.
Yeah.
It'd be like trying to suggest like a two-handed build for a dual-wield build for a paladin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, the thing that people that have scary time is rogue, because rogue's got to build up to their evasion. So until then, they get slapped.
I think DPS rogue's getting real slept on in PvP right now, just because other things look a bit spicier.
DPS rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be extremely strong. I do think it was funny, like whoever mentioned earlier that we should all have rogue alts. Like I think that would be hilarious. I'd totally be down for it. Yeah, I'd be so down for that.
I'm making a mage alt for farming. Now there's like with just like how rare greens are right now for dropping.
Yeah, I think mage and hunter are always good alts. Even like, they're great alts to have in era servers. And then even going into Season of Discovery, I think they'll be awesome too.
They're going to be so stupid. Pets are going to be... I kind of wonder how strong a wind serpent's going to be at 25 with how much they increase regeneration of energy.
Do they... are they going to add pet scaling? Because it feels like that's an important thing to do now.
Well, if you think about it, wind serpent's got the highest rank of a cast spell with lightning breath at 25. That red one out of the lower plates with bite. Always the issue was like the fact that he needed energy for it.
And now it's going to be way better. It's going to be fun to test that one. I can't wait.
And he's not mana based, so he's not going to be a weaker version of Wind Serpent.
Exactly.
I think there's going to be a lot of Alliance hunters down there trying to get it too.
So you're saying that's where we're going to be? Yeah, exactly. That's where we're going to be parked up, saying no.
So that thing is going to be instant killed by me every time it spawns.
The problem is all the layers too, guys. I was thinking about that with World PvP. It's like if we roll up on someone, they're just gonna layer hop. So hopefully they have some kind of, I don't know. I was thinking about that with World PvP. It's like if you try and get into like some kind of fun World PvP stuff, people can easily just like, no, I'm not having fun. I'm gonna layer hop.
If you want,
they could just add it that if you're in
World
combat,
PvP,
it takes time or something.
Humbert's Helm will be the guaranteed, no matter what, 100% PvP spot. That'll be the most farm spot.
Yeah, it's gonna be awful while I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, well,
there's guaranteed.
There's some. I feel like if people are quick, I'm gonna be. That's like one of my first priorities. So if any of you guys are also after it,
I did on my druid, so I'll farm it with you.
15 hours to push before I have to go to work and travel for the next 2 days afterwards. But like, it's gonna be guaranteed. Like, people are gonna be there going batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I have the next 4 days off. Well, 3.5, I guess.
Because Alliance can hide in the elites, and Horde wants it badly.
Are those the dude at the castle?
No, they're down
or
at the bottom. No, the Dwarven Forge down
yeah,
at
the
the
little
bottom right corner.
fort deal.
Yeah, they're like level 26 elites.
In like the southeast or whatever.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
And I'm kind of curious about how bad the auction prices are going to be for these things. Like, people are going to have some asinine ideas for prices.
Yeah, that's what you can make big money selling that on the neutral auction house.
Yeah, huge money on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, mage would be the best because like a mid-range AoE farm that you can find, you can get so many greens and just roll the odds of having a nice strength, stamina, strength, agility.
The one thing to think about though, and I've thought about this too, is like you could spend like a day or so dealing with PvP and trying to farm Humberts, and then you could just get into the raid and realize there's a better alternative there that we just hadn't known about.
I hope that's true, because the items they've shown from the raid right now, most of them are dookie.
Yeah, that's true. But it's also it was all like the early level stuff, right? So
I know it was all like it was the tease. Like they didn't want to like spoil anything, right? Like they just wanted to show off, here's some stuff that's kind of unique in a way to give you some idea of what might be in there. Like a sword with hit on it at level 25 is pretty dope. So, you know.
But I'm curious to see what the later stuff is. What are we going? What profession-wise?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna do enchanting and leatherworking, and not have engineering in phase 1. I know that's crazy, but
what are you gonna skin? What are you gonna skin with?
With my gold on the auction house. I think a lot of people will be taking leatherworking, or I mean, take skinning for leveling up and stuff, and so most of the time, early on in a server's life, the leather is always really cheap on the auction house. That's kind of my plan.
Wow, did you guys see that? I was just going over it's only been 28 responses. We only have 1 mage.
Yeah, I saw that too. But I think I know of like 2 mages off the top of my head, at least, that said they wanted to play mage. So it could just be that some people haven't really
recorded it, right?
Responded. Yeah,
and I have some IRLs that are 2 mages, a brother and sister. They're both play mages. So.
Yeah, my wife plays mage too, and she'll probably play with us, even though she's
so many mage ults.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's just my anti-mage bias, but I feel like in terms of a spec that in runes, like that could potentially make them cooler. I just don't feel like mage got like a ton of, outside of their healing stuff, which is very unique and cool. Like their DPS side of things, it didn't excite me.
But also right now, a lot of people don't want to play mage because they're super squished, level 25. They don't have any like their good save abilities. No ice block, nothing like that.
So I think they have an Icy Veins, they have a Fingers of Frost, and what was the third one? Ice Lance.
Yeah, but if like a melee gets on them and they don't have their CC, like they're toast.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what people are playing phase 1 versus phase 2. I think there's going to be a lot of people switching classes.
I think you're right, Nimrod. Because I think Priest is going to be strong in the first phase, and then I think things are going to catch up on phase 2.
And the beauty of a level 25 bracket is you have so much time to make as many ults as you want. play as
That's
many
what I'm
things
so
as you
excited
want.
About.
Like,
It
damn
just
you,
slows the
Blizzard.
game down. You get to enjoy different content and different
I'll be back.
zones.
I know. I'm so.
What time's the meeting?
Half an
It's
hour
in
for
30
the
minutes.
meeting. Yeah.
It's in a half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna grab some dinner. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Okay.
I think what hurts mages, especially in the low bracket right now, is the fact that warriors can get out of all their shit now.
Yeah, but right now at least warriors they're only getting that with a charge because they won't have Zerker stance yet.
Yep,
so
that's
no
true.
intercept. But I mean, I don't know. Mage is one of those odd classes at 25 though that I feel it's going to be a little bit slower play if you're playing Frost, but it'll be really, really good if you're in a group, like, and someone else can kind of help seal, like, wrap up the damage, but you're just you're just basically there to, like, help peel
But from a PvE perspective, what did Frost Mage really get that's like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool to use as a Frost Mage?
Nothing.
Like at least Fire Mage, you have like whatever the fucking moving fire shit, whatever it's called. Like you know, you got like some uniqueness, but like what the fuck does Frost get? They get nothing.
Well, I mean, but Fingers
Icy
of
Veins
Frost
is pretty huge.
Yeah, Icy Veins and Fingers of Frost is actually amazing in my opinion. It obviously doesn't really get as exciting.
But it doesn't change what you're doing that much, right? Like
true.
At least fire, like here's like whatever, a cool, like some cool new shit that you get to explore and try out. Like everyone knows what Finger of Frost and Ice Lance and Icy Veins do.
Right.
I'm not necessarily like that. I think Frost Mage is gonna be bad. I just don't think they're as like, oh shit, that's so cool.
Yeah. No,
they didn't get the wow factor.
I think though they can't get. This is just my feelings on mages. It's like mages are already pretty strong at the lower levels in terms of like being able to survive. So I feel the mages will get the more exciting runes probably at the later levels, just because if they gave them to them too early, I think too many people would honestly probably play them too. Which is like they already have had that issue in the past with mages just being so popular. So I don't know. Maybe that's why they are doing it that way, but
like just when I compare the DPS stuff of Mage to the DPS stuff of Warlock as an example, I think Warlock looks so fucking cool. They have so much cool shit going on outside of the tank stuff even.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but they needed that help too. You know what I mean? Like mages were pumping, Warlocks.
Yeah, in a PvE sense, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Holy shit, could that lesser healing wave have more pushback or?
Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna jump off of Disc for a little bit because I need to get ready for that guild meeting, and I'm gonna wrap things up on my stream. But I'll see you guys all in just a few minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay, guys. So, let's see. So the plan is I have a meeting with the guild in a little bit, and I'm not going to obviously stream that. We're just going to talk about some of the stuff we're planning on doing going into things and kind of server stuff. So nothing really exciting necessarily, just more of the ins and outs of guild stuff. But I hope you guys are all getting really, really excited. I know I didn't interact with chat as much today just because I was chatting with everyone in Discord. But you guys all ready? You guys set? I know some people in the Discord sounds like they still have their class up in the air, but do you guys at least have class selection kind of starting to be figured out? You ready? Nice. Yeah, I am honestly the one thing I'm just hoping is for a somewhat smooth launch tomorrow. As long as we can get a decently smooth launch and people can just like log in and not have insane queues, I feel like that's a win. Ready? Let's go. Might try Hunter first. Yeah, Hunter is going to be so strong at 25. Lock and Rogue, nice. Don't know whether to go Paladin, Mage, or Warrior. It's a hard one. I think Paladin at 25 is gonna feel. If you're talking Ret, I think Paladin is gonna feel stronger than Mage or Warrior at 25. For phases after that, I can't really comment on that too much. Are you taking apps after server begins as well? I'm hesitant to apply because I'm worried about being cut off from buds with the population control they're doing. Yeah, man, play with whoever you want, and then, you know, if things fall through, or if you want to make an alt and play with us at any time, feel free to apply then. It's definitely going to be one of those things that you don't have to be there on day one. Phase 1, we don't really know, but it sounds to me like Phase 1 is going to be roughly around like 6 to 8 weeks is kind of word on the street. I don't really even know what's going on in this game. Like, I don't know why. Like, I've died 16 times, guys. I've just been semi-AFK jumping around in here. I probably should leave. It's probably rude. I'm more or less throwing. Any talk of them putting dual spec in? Yeah, so they have stated that they're going to drastically reduce the cost of specking, okay? And then they will add dual spec in if it feels necessary, is more or less what they said. So if it feels like, you know, classes are really still wanting some kind of help with respec costs and stuff like that, then they kind of said at that point they'll look to add it in. You're wondering how much worse on Gulch rep you can get in Phase 1? Technically, I mean, you can get to Exalted. You should be able to get to Exalted if you play that much. We'll also have to see how much rep you get from, like, the Ashenvale. There's probably going to be Ashenvale quests for the PvP stuff, and obviously the Ashenvale zone itself will be able, like, you'll be able to use the wins from the Ashenvale event towards rep. So they will reward rep from there. I don't know how much, though. Will you be posting the server in Discord right after launch? Your Discord, that is? Yeah, I'll ping people when we've decided for sure. It's... I wish I had an answer, guys. I'll hear, like, East Coast PvP from some people, and then I'll hear RP PvP. So I'm just trying to kind of figure out for sure what's happening, and then I'll let people know. You're hoping there are tweaks to the tier sets, so more of them are viable. I'm big for looking cool, other than super min max. Yeah, I agree. I think Blizzard knows that there's going to be so many. Like, for example, if you have let's say 8 druids in your raid now, because everyone wants to play druid, right? And you have the druid tier set dropping, and it's for Resto Druid, and you have all ferals and maybe like 2 boomkins. No one wants that gear. Like, they're gonna have to do something with the gear from the level 60 or the 60 raids. They just can't leave it the way it is. There's no way. Otherwise, no one's going to be incentivized to do raids. If all the pieces are for like the more traditional specs that were viable in Classic, it's just not gonna happen. What class benefits the most from ranking, ferals or warriors? I mean, some of the PvP gear for warriors is like best in slot for a long time. And like a lot of the pieces that you could get for warrior in the past have been just so like sought after by so many different warriors that it's hard to get. But the thing about feral is a lot of those pieces, there's just literally nothing better. So it's hard to say what's more valuable. The feral set or the warrior set, they're both really good though. Four servers sounds kind of sketch though. They might be underestimating the populace. Yeah, I think, well, okay, they could be underestimating. We could be underestimating how much their server tech has changed in terms of fitting people on. And then the other, okay, I'm gonna leave this game because I don't really know what's going on. The other thing too is like, we don't really know if that's actually the true leak. They could have just been messing with people and put up 4 servers. There could be plans for 8 servers, right? This could all be kind of like a little sneaky play on Blizzard's part. Like, we already know they're trolling. Like, let's look at the servers right now, guys. So there are 2 servers listed right now, and it's, is there any limit to how many ... and then streamer server or streamer realm. So obviously they're just like messing around, kind of joking. We don't know, you know, if the 4 server thing was actually even real. It could be just another kind of joke from them. So I wouldn't like be 100% sure on that one. The 1 realm was up earlier. Yeah, they've been saying some pretty ridiculous stuff in there. So I don't know. We'll have to see what their plans are. He was like, nah, I don't want any. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's gonna be some big issues with the beginning of the servers' lives that I'm already thinking about. Like, for example, everyone's so excited about World PvP, right? I am too. I'm very excited about World PvP, but I feel like with only 4 servers, the populace is going to be so large on these servers, and you're going to have so many layers on each realm that like avoiding World PvP is going to be so easy for players. They're just going to jump over to layers that either their guildies are on, or, you know, say they just got ganked in one layer, they're going to just jump to the other. And I think there's going to just be a lot of avoiding people at the beginning, which I think is kind of a little bit of a problem. And I mean, like, I can't even say that I won't do it either. Like, think of if you're farming Humbert's Helm, right? You get over to Hillsbrad, you want to farm out Humbert's Helm, you start killing some of those elite mobs, and some alliance come over, right? You know you're not going to be able to take them on in PvP because the dwarf characters there, or the dwarf NPCs there, are friendly to the alliance. So the alliance can just kind of like troll you by like staying in the mobs, and you can't attack them, you can't do anything. So you're just going to switch realm, or switch layers. And it's like, I don't know, is that really in the spirit of Classic? I don't know, because it's kind of like the intended part of the game. Like, sometimes you get griefed, right? Sometimes there's annoying things that you have to deal with in the game. And the whole layer hopping thing is definitely kind of an issue. What do you think of Omen of Clarity build, Shapeshifter with Free Wrath Rune, Sunfire Skull Bash? I think you're trying to do too many things at low level, to be honest. Like, I think that's a little bit too hybrid-y for my taste. But you might be able to make something like that work. Gotta realize too, Omen of Clarity doesn't proc quite that often. Like, it's nice to have, but it's not like... For example, in cat form, I think you can expect around 2 to 3 procs per minute in cat form. So it's not like an amazing amount of procs that you get. Maybe it's just you, but you're sick of layer requests in your chat box. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you are in a guild, you can get some pretty good add-ons that allow for layer hopping pretty much completely out of players' hands. Like, all you have to do is interface with the add-on, and then it will just do auto invites and things like that. So that's one way to do it. One thing I'll miss about having one layer is bumping into the same enemies in certain spots you both farm. Yeah, exactly, JR. And like, the layer stuff normally doesn't die down for quite a while, right? So even if like even if layers kind of calm down after a while, it takes several months, and probably layers will kind of, you know, grow in size in terms of how many layers are on each server every time there's like a new phase, which is a bummer because a lot of times during the new phases is right when PvP is the most fun. You know, you get those really big epic battles. So hopefully people will kind of, and also that's another reason why RP servers might be a little bit better in terms of just overall enjoyment of the game, because I feel like not as many people on RP servers will just like, I don't know, you know, turn the other way and be like, oh, I'm not going to deal with this stuff right now. It's because like they understand that it's just part of the game and they're trying to have fun, and, you know, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm just dreading having to do some remote login BS 6 hours before I'll be home from work. That sucked. Yeah, hopefully they've stated that they think login queues will be a lot better this time. They've updated server tech. So let's just, I don't know, let's have our fingers crossed. I think if they are expecting around the same amount of players to play this versus hardcore, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. I think hardcore was much more of like a niche way of playing, and I think a lot of people tried hardcore but then just realized quickly that it wasn't really for them, whereas Season of Discovery, I think there's going to be a lot more of a player base, so hopefully they're ready for the influx of players. But anyways, guys, I have about 10 minutes until I have that guild meeting, and I really want to get something to eat real fast and just get up and walk around a little bit. So I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you guys are super excited for tomorrow. If you want to support me, guys, and I'd really, really appreciate it, there's a join button on YouTube, or you can use your Twitch Prime. And it's $3.99 on YouTube, less than a cup of coffee. You probably went out and got some snacks for tonight, or tomorrow, I should say, and you probably, you know, just think you put an extra candy bar in your basket, right? There you go. But yeah, I will be around tomorrow to stream. Our stream will probably be around like 30 hours, I'd imagine, but we'll kind of play it by ear. Hopefully you guys can hop in at some point tomorrow and kind of see where we're at. Okay, all right, guys, have a good evening, take care.